Going over Kaldrfjell. This is a published adventure from DM Dave, and the cartographer is Tom Kartos. So I'm going to be giving you some campaign setting for this adventure. So it's pretty much nestled among the snow peaks of Kaldrfjell, a northwestern section of the Basilisk Spine Mountains. Sleeps the temple that takes the mountain's range name. It may once have had a title of its own, but if so, it's long forgotten. For centuries, it was a place of pilgrimage and sanctuary for many. It was home to an entire monastic school, but now it is occupied by a lone monk, Elder Maxim. Maxim barred shut the entire lower section of the temple due to neglect as well as a slow incursion of monstrosities from below. So you have now arrived at Kaldrfjell. So just ahead of you, you see a narrow pass that slips into a snow-covered valley.
Mm-hmm.
One moment.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning of a one-shot. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome,
And as you can
welcome.
see, there's a narrow pass that slips into a snow-covered valley, an ancient wall that once barred entry into the valley. So what are you guys gonna do now?
Okay, so it's dark, I take it. It's we got visibility problems for some of us.
Yeah, it's snowing.
Right.
You can see the front gates. There's an ancient wall ahead of you, and there's tracks in the snow, but you don't have very clear visibility right now. You can always check your equipment to see if you can use anything to give you more visibility.
Yeah, I think I've got a torch. I hope I have.
I also have a torch, but I also could use control flame as well. Cantrip. I can use it. Just
All right. So if you
spark
need
fire.
to know, so you would just left click on your character,
Beans.
and then you can go inside of either the equipment, double left click.
Yeah, I've got a torch, so I'll light my torch.
Okay.
Yeah, just
And then I want to kneel down at the tracks and just have a look and see if I can identify the track.
all right. You can use your torch. Just press on the button for the torch inside of your equipment. It'll appear in the chat window. Okay, so Jorah, just a moment. I'll give you some visibility. There you go. And you guys also have torches.
I'm still seeing the Kaldrfjell landing screen.
Same here.
Yeah, so
Oh, you're still seeing that?
Yeah, I've got a big game paused. Spinning around on mine.
I just clicked over onto the other one.
Okay.
Ah, I got you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me just activate the scene.
there it is.
So I activated the scene, so you should all be on there.
Loading up now.
All right. Mine's still loading. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's getting there.
Strange. I thought it automatically transferred everybody over once you've activated a scene. Well, while that's happening, I'll give you guys all visibility.
Cool. I want to see if I can detect magic anywhere.
Yeah,
Just
there's no detect magic. There's no magic in the area at the moment.
cool.
Can I
Doesn't
identify
seem like
these
anything's
tracks?
harmful.
Yeah, I'm going to look down at the tracks now. I've got a torch lit and see if I can identify them. I am a bit of a tracker as well as a fighter.
Mm-hmm. So just roll for perception check.
$17.
Terrific. So as you do this, you notice that there's slick ice in front of you, and you should probably be careful as you're walking forward towards the gate.
Be careful, everyone. There is a lot of ice here.
I'm gonna follow behind him.
Do these
treading
tracks?
carefully.
Yeah, do these tracks look like I can identify who made them or what made them?
There was some bandits that made the tracks.
Right.
So as you guys are walking forward, you'll notice that there's tiles in front of you. Each one of those tiles represent like 5 feet in front of you, and you could go up to like 30 feet at a time. You can take your time. You can go faster. You can go normal speed. That's up to you.
Mine's still kind of dark.
You're still dark.
Yeah, like all black.
Yours
we
is all black.
Can't move until you unpause the game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a moment. I'm gonna unpause the game.
Okay. There we go. That's better.
There we go. Okay, you guys
Yeah.
can see. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody can see in front of them at the moment. Terrific. So now it's up to you guys to decide. Just take about 30 feet. So every square is about 5 feet. So you can move about 6 feet. Yeah, you move with the WASD keys, or you can use your left click. You can also ping by holding down the left mouse button. So if you want to draw attention to anything towards your party, just press the button and you'll kind of ping the location.
Okay, I'll just look around, stop. Drawing my weapon out. I will just wait for the others to catch us up.
All right. So beyond the ruined wall stand multiple buildings of Kuzuk architecture. 3 pavilions hug the west and south walls of the valley. A massive building sitting atop a 10-foot-high landing dominates the east side of the valley. Although the footprints you saw on the trail visit each of the buildings, most of them lead up to the main temple's landing into its front door.
Can we hear anything apart from the snow floating down and the wind?
Yeah, right now everything's very silent apart from the snow. There's not very much movement apart from all the footprints in front of you. So there's dozens of boot tracks as well that tracks mark the snow at the center of this broad courtyard. So all the tracks lead up the stairs to the huge temple at the east side of the area.
This is nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sylvia, I can only see Johnny. I can't see any other characters.
I can't see my character. I was trying to see if I could drag and drop my character onto the screen, and it wasn't working.
Just let me just move the character a little bit. Can you see the character?
Mm-mm. Not on the screen at all. I can see I can see everyone else's, but I can't see mine.
Just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put 30. You should be able to see your character. Just
Try
give
a
me moment here.
refresh. I had to refresh to get things to.
Yeah, I configured
refresh?
your permission.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a refresh.
Yeah, you have ownership permission of Reza, so there shouldn't be no any issues.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to total refresh and see what happens.
If there's an issue with your character, what I'll do is I'll just like delete your character and just put the
Ah,
character
okay. I see her now. I just had
Yep.
to refresh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see all the other characters now as well.
So there's the pavilion on the west side, and there's the temple on the right side.
Are the tracks leading into either one of them, or are they leading into both of them?
So the dozens of tracks are leading to the center, are leading towards the huge temple.
If this is where the
Indeed.
tracks are going, then maybe we should go to. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
If this is where the tracks are going and these people are bad, we should just go and follow them. Because if we kill them, then they can't kill us.
I like your
Or we
spirit.
could just not alert them to our presence here at all, and we kind of work our way around to see what we're up against.
Ed, what does it matter if they're alerted?
As I'm pulling my scimitar like off my back,
Mm-hmm.
just in preparation, just in case.
Well, we're all here. Let's move forward together, carefully, and let's keep our eyes open. There may be trouble ahead. In fact, I know
Sounds like
there's
a
trouble
plan.
ahead.
Why would you have your eyes closed right now?
I'm gonna need an ale to discuss that one with you.
Make that a double.
May need a triple. It's gonna be a long day.
I
Fair
believe
enough,
the
fair
day is the
enough.
same length of time, no matter what.
So the
I'm
forest keeps falling,
gonna
and you guys decide. You just need to decide what you guys want to do.
Let's move on towards the temple. I'll just turn and make sure that everyone is following behind.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way towards the temple. So when you're walking around with your WASD, if you want to actually drag your character out, you can also hold down the left click to move your character a lot faster to more squares. So if you don't want to move one at a time. Cool. Oh, you're going towards the pavilion. So as
Just
you approach,
taking a look at it.
Yeah.
so snow has crept into this open air pavilion. Interestingly, it appears that the locals still use this area for worship. Dried flowers rest on a pair of stone altars at the west end of the building. Two bronze gongs encased in ice dominate the northern wall.
Yeah, I wonder if Aaron would recognise anything with his interest in religion. Would he be able to recognise what or who is being worshipped here? Particularly, is it something somewhat dangerous, potentially? One of the darker gods, perhaps?
Well, then roll for a history check. So to do that, you just have to left click your character. You'll see your skills, and you
Could I
just have
make a
to find
case
your
for? Would I be able to make a case for religion?
Yep, try religion as well. Yeah, religion.
I was gonna ask if I could help him, because like I'm also trying to figure out like
19.
if I knew anything.
Yeah, he can roll for advantage. So on the sheet, just press the advantage at the top,
Okay.
and then,
And
he
then-
can roll for religion.
Religion? Okay. Hold on.
Cool. So, yeah, get a 19 on that.
Wow. So you look around, and when you're looking, you notice that there's just more altars in the back, and there's also a treasure chest in that area. There's pretty much, you're gonna have to probably get closer to see more.
Okay.
Oh. Well, whoever they're worshipping here looks like they hold them in high esteem. They've kept the coffers here.
I think usually to be
Something about
worshipped,
this
you need to be
place
held
makes
in
me
high
feel
esteem.
weird. I really don't like the vibe I'm getting here. It's not settling with me right.
There's it's just there's not much going on. There's just like an altar. And there seems to be something there. Are you guys gonna go inside the pavilion?
Might as well we'll go and have a look then.
Yeah. It's probably warmer in there as well. I would like to get out of the cold.
I doubt it.
Good idea.
So, where is the door?
I'll let
There
you
is-
guys
the door
go
is open.
first.
The entire area is open,
Okay.
except for the 3 walls around the area.
Okay, those are stairs. For some reason, I thought that was a wall.
That's not a wall. So the top things at the top here are just those gongs that you would usually hit, and then on the left-hand side, there's actually 2 tables. There's the top table on the left-hand side, and there's also another table. That table where Joram is, right here. That also has something on it. Looks like some kind of chest.
Oh, it's unlikely.
If we're,
I just kind of want to like look around the room and see if there's anything outside of the ordinary of what we've already seen that would like stick out.
So right now there's nothing that sticks out except for the items that are on the left-hand side.
Okay.
well, if we're looking for something, why don't we open the thing that has something inside of it? That seems like a good idea.
Go for it, Johnny.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Why?
Well, how
Let's
about
go in.
you roll an investigation check?
Who?
The person who mentioned that they wanted to open the, they wanted to verify.
Oh, I love the idea of Johnny making an intelligence check.
Wait, I thought it was investigation.
An 8.
So you go ahead and try to investigate, and unfortunately, you're not, the intelligence level was just too low to figure out anything.
Yeah, this looks like a box. I imagine there's something inside of it, and we're looking for something. So I guess that works out.
Hey, Johnny, well done. And
Yeah.
I give a slightly sarcastic clap.
I don't understand why you'd be cheering about me finding a box. You can find these anywhere.
It's a different kind of box. So yeah, you didn't recognize anything different from it. Nothing special. Right now. Yep. Right now, it just looks like an ordinary box.
Is there anything like magical inside of it? Like, I know we said earlier that there wasn't really, wasn't really much magic like around in that area, but with that, as far as we moved, if we pushed in a little bit more in this box, like I feel like we're in like a holy place or like a weird tomb or something. So there's got to be something.
Yeah, so just roll an investigation check,
Cool beans.
and maybe you'll find out something.
Okay, investigation.
What, you don't trust Johnny's? And
Oh, I hit it on advantage on accident. I forgot to take advantage off. My bad. So I'll take the lower of that just because I did it on accident. So yeah, I don't find anything either. That's a
Well, you
5.
don't really need to press advantage because there's actually 2 roll dices actually. So usually the first one will be taken. If it's not the first one, then it's the second one. So usually one's for advantage or normal roll. And then
Gotcha.
the lower one
Okay.
is for disadvantage. So that's why there's 2 dices that appear.
Cool
And then
beans.
yeah.
Oh, did not learn something new. All right, so still, that's nothing though. It's an 11. So
Yeah, so it's an 11. So you look at the box and you try to see if there's anything that you find out about it, but unfortunately at the moment, it's just a box.
just a regular box. Okay. Okay.
Hey, I have an idea. If we want to know what's inside the box, maybe we should open the box.
Try to do a dexterity check. That's
To
probably a
open the
good
box?
idea. To open the box, yes.
Okay, I guess he's opening the box. Straight
Alright.
dexterity or
Just a dexterity check.
okay. $12.
A 12. All right. So you try to open up the box using like dexterity and stuff. Usually there's like, but you don't have the necessary tools at the moment to be able to pry open the box.
When Johnny thinks about the necessary tools, he starts reaching to his back and starts putting out his war pike and just casually looking down at the axe and says, "Hey, I know another way I can get it open."
See,
All right. Well,
now you're thinking, Johnny. I like it.
yay! You want to smash stuff? Great. Go ahead and smash it.
Straight attack roll?
Attack. Yeah. So if you go inside of your left click and go
Oh,
inside of your actions.
That was a javelin, my bad.
Aaron is standing back as Johnny pulls out his.
So
war
you
pike.
You have to click on
Raisa
the-
absolutely like kind of steps back away just a couple of feet just
Yeah.
in case.
Okay.
That's
There
a
you go.
23.
Wow.
All right.
Okay,
Smash
so
that.
Johnny
Let's go.
takes his spike and decides to just smash the box, and it literally like pops open, and you can see there's like an amulet inside, and there was a trap, and because you actually smacked it so hard, the trap like broke.
I did
And if you
14.
hadn't, it would have severed somebody's hand. So you save your party
Crushed
from
it.
losing a hand.
Hey,
And
You know what?
what? Yeah, so somebody was
kidding.
gonna get their hand smashed. They would have put it inside. So it's a good thing you did that. And
Hey, I
so
found
you
a
find
necklace.
you find 2 hands where gold rings studded with precious gems, valued 100 GP and 200 gold pieces respectively. So a total of 350 gold pieces.
After the war pike went into the chest and smashed it open, I'm kind of looking around. Well, if they didn't know we were here, they do now.
Hey, that means
Start
we can
looking
kill
around.
him quicker.
Don't
That's
worry.
about
There's-
right.
The snow will keep us quiet. We're hidden enough. The snow dampens the sound. We'll be fine. Nothing's getting out. Yeah, he was efficient,
It works
Johnny.
for them.
Efficiency. I like that. That's good. Well done.
Yeah, I thought that if we wanted to know what was inside the box, we should open the box. So I did it.
That was
know?
a good idea. You saved your hand because somebody was going to lose one if they lost their
Yeah.
Damn.
less one hand.
I think Raisa just looks up and she's just like, well done.
Very well done. Very well done. So you guys find that a bit of money. So who's going to be holding on to the money and keeping track of that?
And he doesn't really care about money.
You don't care about money. All right. Awesome. So what are you guys doing next now?
Let's move towards the temple if there's nothing else here worth looking at. But now, very alert, looking around, making sure that we don't get surprised.
No other traps, right?
Yeah, Aaron walks. He walks over to one of the gongs and picks up the hammer that's next to it, and he shouts over, "Hey!" And he goes, "Hey, Joram, go on. How much not to do this? How much?"
It's your
Hey.
funeral, friend. It's your funeral.
Ah, come on, let's go.
Oh, but if you did that, they would come here and we can kill him faster.
Oh, that's true. Go ahead, do it then. It would make the impending fight much
Oh,
quicker.
did you say I should do it?
You can do whatever you want. We don't. Yes.
Yes, I believe I can.
Yes. If you want to.
I
I'm readying my weapon.
I grab Johnny's. I put my hand over just in front of the gong, in front of Johnny. I'm just like, nah. Maybe stealth is still on our side, Johnny. Who knows? Let's take these gems and go back out in the snow to the next one. We might still get the jump on somebody. You could imagine just sticking that pike down somebody's spine when they're not looking. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
Yes, that was my idea, but then you were talking about ringing the gong.
Yes, I was. I was joking to wind up Joram over there, but he's gone in the snow now, so let's go follow him quick before we end up. Come on, let's go. And I kind of just see if you'll follow.
Just casually follow.
Yeah, that's cool. And I was just like, yeah, looking back, I was kind of waiting for him because Johnny's got history, right? we've done this. This is not the first time we've seen this happen.
He always acts as well.
Yeah, so like
He's very effective in his approach, very straightforward.
So Aaron's just like,
Bryce is just like, I have never met a more literal person in my entire life. Ever.
I know.
In all my days.
I shouldn't tease him. I'm sorry, Joram. It's old habits.
Don't worry, old friend. I know exactly where you're coming from.
I don't understand why, if you didn't want to ring the gong, you would say ring the gong.
I'm just
How did I get stuck with this team?
getting you ready, Johnny, because
Good
I know
fortune.
you like a fight. And you're
Yes.
gonna get a fight, I'm sure.
Killing and dismembering my enemies is a lot of fun.
We
Yes.
please move from the creepy temple, just like somewhere else, anywhere else but here.
That would probably be a good idea, yes.
I think that's a grand idea. Let's do
Go.
that.
Let's go into the temple. That's what we're here for.
We'll find something. It'll be here.
So you guys can see those stone altars on the left side, left and right side. And there's also an open pavilion in front of you. The pavilion has no walls.
Can we still see the footsteps or like the snow tracks like going
Yeah.
towards the pavilion at that point?
Right now there's no tracks anywhere near you. There's
Okay.
just snow everywhere.
Okay. So either the snow covered them up or those people stopped right where we were. And
Try to roll for perception.
cool. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but wow, these rolls suck.
Hey, it's a lot
Oh,
better.
wait, no, never mind. Okay. well, I'm
I was gonna
forgetting
say an 18 sucks, man. That's my standards.
Pretty good. So you look around
I
you.
completely forgot what my like modifier was, so I was like, "Oh man, that's a really low roll." Okay. Shout outs to that. But go ahead. Yeah.
So you look around you to see if there's anything that you can spot, any footprints or anything that might have faded with the snow. Nobody walked near this area for a long time.
Okay. So I like turn back to the party and I'm just like, we're the only ones here that I can see at this point in time. I don't see any other tracks. They stopped.
Unless what's been here doesn't leave tracks in snow. We've seen some serious stuff in our lives. This could be another experience. We should push on to the temple.
Rice is like a novice. She's only been on a couple of journeys ever, so she is still relatively new to this. So she'll take your word for it and follow behind you.
Sounds good.
Let's move up. Let's get closer together. We can cover each other better. Keep your eyes open, everybody.
Sounds like a plan.
I still do not understand why they would be closed.
Johnny,
Let me explain a thing called metaphors.
I mean, I don't really know how eyes work either, so I guess it confuses me in general.
You guys can
Okay,
just
so we have a long conversation.
yeah. You can see snow in front of you. You can see the pavilion in front of you. There's a few altars, and there's not much stuff around this area. There's a
And it's
tree in
just-
front of you.
Yeah, just keep moving around and looking at the area.
Yeah, I'll let you know if you spot anything. Unless you want to use an ability check or something.
So there's an open air platform with stairs leading up to it. And it's still dark, and I shout over to the others quietly. In fact, no, I don't shout because we're trying to be quiet. I walk over to the others and say, some big flights of stairs up there leading up to, well, I can't see because it's dark, but maybe that's the temple we're looking for.
Most likely. Let's head that direction anyway.
Yeah, it looks to be a temple landing that stands about 10 foot above the courtyard and surrounds the temple. So you're making your way silently towards it?
Yes, I think so.
Quietly in the snow. Slowly.
All right. A roll for stealth checks, guys
Uh-oh.
and gals.
As the giant ironclad paladin trumps through the snow, he tries to be quiet. Let's see how this goes.
You said stealth check?
That's
Everybody roll a stealth check.
7.
Did I?
I'm afraid I'm
Oh.
lagging quite badly at this
I
point,
have
so I'm
no
not
idea
too sure
why this is
where I am or if it
too,
rolled.
but yeah. So,
All right. So the only person. So there's Air.
I failed that.
Jerem. So Jerem, you're like the only one that's really stealthy, as well as Johnny. The rest of you kind of make some noise. So the other two people that don't like pass their dexterity is Reza,
Mhm.
as well as Air. You're kind of noisy on your way towards the temple, and all of a sudden you can hear that there's a few people talking inside of the temple, and they go, I just heard some noise. What's going on out there? Should we go investigate what's going on? And the bandits are just talking among each other. And the leader mentions that, well, we should probably keep on going because we want to get to the treasure inside of the undergrowth area. So, it's probably just birds or the wind or something. We're just gonna get the treasure and get out of here.
I whisper to Johnny. Johnny, I think we might have found somebody for you to stab.
You just see him casually pull out his war axe. As you never, by the way, see his face. He's covered head to toe. A very intimidating ironclad figure. But he just pulls his war axe, or war pike out as well as his shield and just casually begins to walk forward.
So,
Excellent. Yeah,
I
and
love these things.
Aaron's just behind you. He just follows. He is behind you. You are his shield, so he's walking behind you.
That's his
You can
job.
see two stone lines rest at the western side of the front landing, and the secondary landing lifts like an additional 6 feet above the courtyard.
And which way were they talking from?
From the east side. From within the temple.
Raisa,
Okay.
you're
I'm like
Where's-
trying to find you guys.
where's and then I think
Can
right,
you see me? I should be to your right.
Yeah, Aranis. Aranis, can you? And I whisper back. Aranis, can you see Raisa?
I'll just look over my shoulder and go, yeah, she's fallen behind. Just stealthily wave at her, I suppose. Point out where we are.
I just saw your orange dot, Aaron, so hold on. Where are we at?
Throw a snowball at her, quick.
I love that so much. Please, just like throw a snowball at me. See your dot, and then over here. Cool. There we go. Found you guys.
There's a couple.
That snowball hit me right in the face, mind you.
There's somebody in the temple.
Oh,
There's somebody in the
So
temple.
you guys are
Risa.
making,
They got here before us.
damn it.
yeah, the bandits. They want to get to the treasure first.
Treasure. Okay.
You also see Johnny just casually walking into the temple
Yeah.
with his pike and shield out.
We sent Johnny on them.
Well, this will be loud very soon.
Oh, very loud. Come on. I'm going to go back up to Johnny.
Clunk, clunk. My
What do we
God,
do?
there must be something out there. The bandits say. I think we're gonna prepare. There seems to be people out there. Go away! This is our treasure.
And I'm
Tired of this.
No, go on.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I
You
was
go
gonna
first.
say, is Johnny heading in the right direction of the voices?
He's Johnny's not heading the right direction. He would need to go a little bit more towards the northwest.
So up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You'll
Like-
notice when there's a door, because the door will appear. So right now you can't get in because there's walls there. So
Ah.
what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to find a door or something to get inside. So just maybe look around.
Is this a door right in front of me?
Nope. It's gonna appear as a door.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
heading
if
towards
you
the
left-
north.
If you left click on it, you will automatically open it. So if you don't want to open the door yet, just make sure you let your party know. So Joram seems to be getting close.
I am being as stealthy as I can be.
And I
Yeah.
go over.
Yeah.
I go over to Johnny as well. Yeah, it's like, Johnny, this way.
You should see a door, Joram.
Yeah, I see it. Yep. I'm kind of just looking around and waiting for my companions to catch me up. Come on. Shh.
Oops. Here we go.
Ready
Reza and Air are making like
Ah.
a lot of noise right now. So like the bandits are like, I think there's something out there. Let's get ready.
So then Johnny just, if he gets to the door, he'll just look at everybody and says, "So now we killed them, right?"
Yes, now we killed him.
Okay, Johnny turns around and breaks down and tries to break down the door. He kicks open the door.
So you left click.
I
Yeah.
lost my token.
You lost your token.
Yeah. Hold on.
Your token should be there.
No, also yeah, it was there, and then
Okay.
like I was trying to move it, and then it did weird stuff.
Oh, okay. Just refresh the screen.
Cool.
Yeah, Sylvie, sorry, I've got a black screen, so I'm not sure where the walls are. I'm just trying to follow everybody.
Yeah, so the walls, you'll see where the walls are because in Foundry we're like you create the walls. So you'll know you hit a wall because you won't be able to get through the wall. So although the map is like so once you open a door you'll see like there's visibility. You can see a little bit inside of it and just a moment.
Oh, sorry, and I have a black screen with stars dancing across it. I have nothing but that and the tokens.
So right now you've opened the door, Johnny, and you see that there's 6 bandits and a bandit leader. And now you guys have to roll initiative. So you have to roll for initiative. Who is not seeing properly here?
Me, I've got tokens, but everything else is black with little white dots running across it.
Aranis.
Mother.
Sorry, yeah, that's me.
Uranus.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Try to just refresh your screen and see if you can see properly.
Okay.
So as you walk in, like in order to add yourself to the combat tracker, right now I've rolled for the bandits. Under the little on the right hand side, you can see a fist, and that's where the encounter is. If you guys want to roll your own initiative, just right click and then click on the combat. Toggle combat state. Right click in combat state. It's like a shield with 2 swords in it. You'll be appearing on the encounter combat tracker, and then click on the roll initiative. Hmm.
Has Uranus been found yet?
I think Uranus at the moment. Is Uranus here?
Yeah, I'm
Uranus.
still here, but I've still got the
Let me move your
black
character.
screen with stars. So yeah, just point me where to shoot the big fireballs. It'll be fine.
Can you see now, or is it? You see the character now?
No,
Is
I've
it
reloaded a few times. I'm using a mixture of Twitch and where the rest of your positions
okay.
know where to go.
Huh.
Nicely.
Strange.
By the way, I accidentally kept disadvantage on for that roll. I actually rolled a 14 out of 4.
All right. 14.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to.
You rolled a 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
I accidentally kept disadvantage on for the stealth check.
Cool.
Oh, this is really nice. I love this. I love how it just froze on me. Now I have to exit out of this completely. Soup, it's fun.
I don't
Soup's
know why that
fun.
happened. I've never had that happen, but yeah, I updated your Johnny. I've updated you to 14 initiative. So Joram's appearing, Aaron, and then Uranus, as well as Reza. If you right-click and click on the icon, toggle combat state, you'll appear in the combat tracker.
I'm using my iPad right now and using my computer as my camera, so it will. I essentially don't have a right click. So
Okay, no worries. I'll do it for you. No worries.
yeah.
There we go. And so if you
Appreciate it.
right click on it, double right click on it, it'll actually pop out. And you'll see who's first in the initiative. So right now it's like Joram, the Bandit, Johnny, Bandit, and so on. Can you guys all see
Okay.
that?
Yep.
Yep,
I can see it in the initiative list. Yeah.
So I'm beginning
Yeah.
combat. So Joram, what are you gonna do?
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move up to Johnny. I'm going to lay my hand upon his shoulder, and I'm going to cast guidance buff on him.
Hey.
Very
Nice.
smart.
Awesome.
Very, very smart.
So you're gonna cast guidance on him. So if you
I'm going to cast
left
guidance on
on
him.
your-
Yes.
Yeah, so if you left click on your character, go to your spells, you'll see guidance, and if you left click on guidance, it should appear in the comment section.
Yep.
There we go. So you put your hand on him, and you're giving him the ability to use a D4 to the next ability check of his choice. Sorry. And what else are you doing?
That's all I do. I've done some movement. I'll cast the spell on him, and I'll just wait for him to go all Johnny on him. All Johnny on him.
Sounds good. So now it's the next bandit's turn. And the bandit's gonna make his way forward here. He's gonna go right in front of Johnny and say, "Yeah, you think you're gonna take our treasure? Never!" So he decides to strike at him, and he takes his weapon, his scimitar, and he attacks him. And he goes to hit him with a 23.
That's a
Johnny.
natural 20.
Natural 20, that's a critical hit.
Uh-huh.
Johnny, he takes his scimitar at you, goes to hit you, and with a critical hit, he deals 7 damage to you.
Could have been worse.
Wow.
Now, there's 2 ways that you can actually track your... yeah, that way as well. And the other way is if you right-click where your character at the bottom where it says 78, you can actually put plus or -7, or like, you can do -7 there as well underneath your character portrait.
Okay.
So Johnny got hit. He took a huge slash in the side of his arm, and he screams, "Ah, that hurt!" But he's all right.
Well, if he could feel pain, he might say that.
And
So-
and the bandit goes, "Ha ha! I dealt you some damage." Ha ha.
Hey, good attack. He raises up his club. It's my turn now. As he swings down on this bandit.
No, it's not your turn.
Is it not?
Johnny's. No,
Oh,
it's
I
actually
thought it was my turn.
Yeah, it's the next bandit's turn. Your
Oh,
turn
sorry.
is next.
I can't see their score.
Yeah, you can't see their score until we go through one round.
I see. Okay.
So
Sorry.
right now, you're just gonna see everybody until we go through the whole list of people. You won't know exactly who goes first, so it's gonna appear like you're the one that's going next, but it might not be you.
Okay.
So it's actually a bandit that's gonna be attacking that.
That's fine.
So let's see here. This one makes his way here, right beside you, and he strikes at Johnny.
Yeah. Doing my job well. Oh, wow. These guys are rolling well.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was practicing, they were like rolling really badly, and now they're like just...
That, yeah, the funny thing
With
is
a
that
21,
barely, yeah, that barely hits.
That barely hit. So that's a normal hit. So he goes and uses his scimitar, and he swings the scimitar at you, and he gets you right in the arm for 4 damage.
Yep.
And now the bandits are like pretty happy, and they're going, "Ha ha ha, we're gonna kill you. You're not getting our treasure." Johnny, what
So,
are you
yeah.
doing?
Johnny does, he just looks at both of the gashes on his bodies, and he will look at them and just casually say, "Hey, good attacks. But now it's my turn." As he raises up his war pike and swings down at the one right in front of him.
This one right here, like this.
Yep. The one directly
Alright.
in front of him, yeah. So then,
The one in.
pike,
All right, this
Attack.
one here.
yes.
All right.
Oh, what am I doing?
And I rolled, wow.
With a critical fail, he goes and swings his pike, and he just like tries to hit him and stuff, and it just goes like he dodges it, and you miss completely. Anything else?
Yes. We'll go ahead and attack again, because I have extra attack.
All right.
And
Attack.
so he'll go in for one more. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can just do that. That is an 18.
So that's a hit. That's a hit. So roll for damage.
These guys have actually been annoying him. Would he do it? Yeah. Nah, he wouldn't. Okay, he'll just roll normal damage. And minimum damage, I rolled a 5. Man,
You
I'm
take
rolling great
Big
tonight.
damage. So you attack him, and he takes a blow, and it hurts him a little bit, but not very much. Anything
Well,
else?
No, that's my turn.
You can also end your turn. There's a button at the bottom that says end turn of the combat tracker. So you can
oh.
pop out your combat tracker as well. So if you want to pop it out of the right hand side, you would double right click on it, and it'll pop it out, and you can put it in wherever you want on your screen. I also have the combat HUD thing,
Mhm.
you might notice that there's like a bar on the top with your inventory, skills, saves, checks, conditions, utilities. You can also use that to cast without having to double left click your character and going inside of your character sheet. Do you guys see the combat?
Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Will that take a spell slot off my couch? I need to go in the sheet to still do that.
Yeah, it saves you having to click inside of your sheet. You can just move that anywhere you want on your screen and stuff.
Oh wait, I'm doing a lot, unfortunately, and I think I'm doing everything wrong.
Oh no, it's fine. Like you'll notice you can move this. I don't know how it works with the with an iPad, but if you
Mhm.
click on it on the arrow key, you can move it around the screen. You'll see there's like an inventory, skills, saves, checks, conditions, utilities. So when it's your turn, you can just, if you want to use your weapons, you click over inventory. All the weapons, your weapons will pop up.
Yeah,
Same with your skills and any spells.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so Johnny,
Mhm.
so right now, if are you finish your turn?
Yes.
All right. So now it's the bandit's turn. So bandit. So this bandit decides to go a little bit closer towards you. He moves right here, and he
How do I
decides to use.
delete that?
How'd you delete what?
I think I left some of my magic and stuff like that, like as I was trying to like plan out on the screen, like on the actual battle map. But maybe it's just something that I can see and not everyone else can see. Which, if that's the thing, fine. But
Oh, I can't see that. Yeah, the only thing I'll be able to see is anything that appears in the comment section.
gotcha. Cool beans.
Oh no,
Cool
I see
beans.
that. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. See.
If you want to delete that, you can just when you click on it, just press delete. Not sure if I'm not sure how that works with the iPad, to be honest. So there might be a delete option.
Yeah. Let me see. What the fuck?
I don't know about iPads, so whatever goes there,
Yeah.
I won't be able to delete it. I don't know how to delete that. But anyways, I can see your little icons and stuff, so.
I hate everything about my life right now. Everything's totally fine. Don't worry.
Alright, so he takes a hit. He takes a swing at Johnny. And Johnny, he actually misses you. So when he goes to hit you, he completely misses you because your EC is like 21.
It's more like he hits me, but it doesn't do anything. It just clanks off metal.
Next bandit's turn. So the bandit approaches Johnny. Actually, he just goes in the passageway here, and he attacks Joram. So Joram, incoming hit, attack.
Okay.
$11.
Nope.
That's a miss. The
Just a
bandit tries
quick-
to swing and it misses.
Just a quick thing. You've got my armor class on the character sheet. It's 15. It's 16. You haven't put on one of my abilities, but I've noted it in myself.
Okay, let's
Okay.
double check here. Oh, 16. Which one is that? That's not.
It is. It's a warrior one. It's defense. While you're wearing armor, you gain +1 bonus to armor class.
For
It should be
Joram.
16, not 15.
Okay, I
But
have it noted here on my sheet
Cool.
for 16. Although it says let's see here. I'll try to do an increase here.
Don't worry about it. I can keep. I can keep it. I've got D&D Beyond up as well.
16. I'll just put 16. There we go. Yeah,
Right,
so
he missed, didn't he?
he missed. Yeah, so now it's Erin's turn.
Before you go on, I'm going to use one of my abilities. I'm going to riposte him. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority dice to make a melee attack roll against it. Add the superiority dice to the attacker's roll So yeah, add the superior dice to the attacker's damage roll on a hit. So I'm gonna hit him with my reaction,
Sounds good. Just
and I shall get my character sheet up.
you can also use the
Yes,
combat
it's just disappeared on me.
Oh no.
As always the way. It'll come back up and when I refresh it. Yes. So we shall go. Why is that not attacking? There we go. Okay, so 24. And it'll be a 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. So you're attacking the first bandit.
Whichever one attacked me is the one I riposte an attack back on him.
This one, right? Yeah. All right. So he takes 3 points of damage, and he just goes, "Ow, that kind of hurt a little bit." He's starting to get mad. Like, how dare you attack me? And what else are you doing?
That was just a reaction attack, so it's back to turn order.
Okay. Right, you have like 5 superiority dices, eh?
Yep. Yeah, so
So-
I'm doing one. Yep.
It's Aaron, isn't it? So Aaron stands up behind Joram and says, "Look at all the snow. Perfect time for a snowball fight, don't you agree?" And he points out his finger and he casts Snillock's Snowball Swarm. And he casts it in such a way as to maximize the number of people it hits. And I think that probably is right round the back of these guys. Don't know how to draw, but yeah, the 2 guys that are in front of Johnny, just behind them, so it hits both of them. If I draw a circle, it's a 5 foot. It's a 5 foot radius.
Like these 2 right here?
Yeah.
These 2? Those 2.
Yeah,
Alright.
those 2 there. And yeah, I'm gonna cast.
The other one.
I'm gonna
There we
cast. Snillock's Snowball Swarm at 2nd level.
At 2nd level. Alright, so you cast Snowball Swarm at them. And why is it that it didn't actually update properly? Okay, so I'll have to roll a 15 dexterity save. So what I'll do is I'll try to see why that's not working. For some reason the details didn't appear here. Okay, so a flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you chose within 5. Okay. So I'm gonna make the dexterity saving throw here. Give me a moment. Hey. Alright, features. Oh wow. They have them like not listed properly for these ones. Okay. So I'll just roll normally here. So you just roll and then you just do, we'll do roll 1d20. All right, so he protects himself and he avoids, the first bandit avoids it completely. For the second bandit that's below you, he's gonna try it as well. So there's also a dice tray in this area. So if you click on the bottom part, you'll notice that there's a dice tray. Ooh, so he doesn't make the saving throw. So he's gonna take the damage. He's gonna take 3d6 cold damage on a failed save.
Yeah. So unless the other one's got some other mitigation, if you fail, you take half of this.
Yeah, he takes half damage as well. Yeah.
Cool.
So to roll for that, oops. So
No, that wasn't right. That was +3. Sorry, this is my lack of familiarity with Roll20.
yeah. So underneath,
with the other one.
the yeah. So
Foundry. I'm still learning it.
yeah. So underneath
Clearly.
the chat area, you'll notice there's dices. If you the second one is actually the D6. So if you click that 3 times, it'll appear with 3, and then you just have to roll.
Ah, that's
If you
nice.
roll 3d6, you don't actually have to keep typing it out
There we
and
go.
stuff.
Right. So 10 points at full damage.
Okay, so the bottom one's gonna take 10 damage. The other one's gonna take 5 damage.
And then I was like, try and catch me, and I run back to the spot that was in
So the
previously.
snowballs, the full snowball hits the first bandit that's at the full damage one at full speed, right in the side of the freaking head. Bam! It hurts. Damn! And then after that, the other bandit at the top, he gets hit right in the arm and stuff, and he goes, "Ow!" And yeah, they're still standing. So yeah, good, nice try though. The bandits are like, "Ha ha ha! That just hurt just a little bit, even the one that hit me in the head." Anything else?
That's Aaron for just now.
Yep. That was your action. Do you have any bonus actions?
He runs back anyway to use up the rest of his movement. Does he have any bonus actions? Let me see. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have any bonus actions. All right. So you're gonna end your turn.
Yep.
Now it's the bandit captain's turn. So the bandit captain goes, "How dare you attack us?" And he moves closer. And he moves over here. And he's like, "Next turn, Johnny, you're gonna take my sword. I'm gonna take my sword and rip it right through your chest." And he ends his turn. Raise, it's your turn.
Okay, so hopefully I can do this right. So if I measured it out correctly, I can hit this guy. Can you see the one I highlighted? That it's like the one that's right in the door, and then the one right behind him. Yeah, directly. If I hit him, what I want to do is hit him, the one on the side of him, and then a little bit to the one that's in the door, and completely miss Johnny in a moonbeam.
In the moonbeam.
In a moonbeam.
So the way that the moonbeam works is that it only triggers on their turn, at the start of their turn. So if you're gonna lay that down, so if you can just cast it.
Cool beans, I'll do that.
Yeah. So what'll happen is that you're gonna lay down the moonbeam, and the moonbeam will be in that area, but it won't trigger until it's their start of their turn. So as soon as the start of their turn happens, then it will trigger.
Cool.
Should be under spells, 3rd level.
Yeah. Okay, I had this one picked up. Cool beans. And it was and I'm going to cast that bad boy right. I hope I did that right because I'm still struggling with this.
Yeah. So you cast the moonbeam. It's a silvery beam of pale light, and it's like a 5-foot radius and a 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range.
Correct.
So it's 5 foot. So if it's 5 foot, like a tile itself is 5 foot.
Say that again.
Like a tile, one of the square tiles.
Okay.
It's 5 foot. So technically speaking, you wouldn't really be able to target 3 of them. You can only
When-
target
Okay.
2 of them. So you could technically put the beam right in the middle of one of the,
Okay,
right in
yeah.
the middle of
Like
it.
I knew I wouldn't be able to hit that last one. It would just kind of be like it was just like the shoulder of them was just in that 5 beam, like in that 5-foot area. So it wouldn't have done anything to them. But those 2 directly in front of him is where I want that damage to lie.
Okay. Okay.
And so they have to make a saving throw, a con save of 17 or higher.
Yeah, so they're gonna save throw for Constitution, and they can roll that on their turn. I'll probably just roll it right now, just so I don't forget.
Okay, fair enough.
You must have 1 or more control tokens. All right, just a moment here. I'm going through the tokens for the bandits, and I can see the skills. I can't see the saving throws that you usually need to make, so I'm just kind of going through here and just double checking.
Yeah. Take your time. No worries. I still have a bonus action. So
Yeah. That's 1 moment here. I'll roll a d7 Constitution, so I'll just roll the d20 for both of them. So the first one's gonna be the one at the top, and then the other one afterwards.
okay.
Ooh, he rolls a 4 and fails the saving throw.
So he takes from
I
my
rolled the
turn
wrong
again.
one. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say.
rolled the wrong one. Sorry. So yeah, he got a 9 and he still failed, and then he'll
Okay.
yeah, I'm getting used to the dice tray as well.
It
And he
makes
rolled
sense.
a
And he
14.
fails that one too.
They both failed, so on the starting of their turn, as soon as they start doing something, they're gonna probably they're gonna take the 2d10 damage. So I'll roll for that when at the start of their turn, and if I forget, just remind me to roll for it.
Okay. Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Grasping Vine on this one right here in the front that I couldn't hit. He also has to make a con save of 17 or higher. So let me go in here really
I don't think you can
quick.
cast that as a bonus action.
Oh, it
So
is a bonus action as a druid. At least I thought it was. It's up to you. You can tell me I'm
Starry
wrong.
form? Yeah, so when I'm looking
No,
at
Grasping Vine. Yeah, sorry.
so Grasping Vine, when I'm going underneath the actions and underneath all the bonus actions, I can see Starry Form, as well as, yeah, Starry Form is your bonus action, and your Wild Shape feature. You can use your Wild Shape feature to do a bonus action. And you were talking about the Vine thing?
Grasping Vine. Yeah, it's mine. Let's say it shows listed under spells, under bonus actions for me. But DM, you do what you say. It's up to your rules, your game. If I can, I can. If I won't end my turn.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually cast it. I'll have to look into that, but it's not appearing in the bonus actions for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be just
Cool.
a
Then
regular
that's my
Vine.
turn.
Yep. All right, so it's Arana's turn.
Yay! So I'll just. Sorry, I'm lagging, so I think I've moved just behind. So I can get a view of them. No, I've not. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Here we go. And also, you're complaining about the cold earlier, weren't you, Joram?
It's a little bit cold here, yes.
I'll help you with that then, and I'll cast Scorching Ray, all 3 to hit the bandit in front of him. Which should... Yeah. camera is lagging a bit, so it's just taking a bit longer to go through the actual casting. So that's one to hit.
Oh, I see a 14 there on the attack roll. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm just trying to roll multiple at once, and it's just kind of lagging me out. So all three should be hitting just the one bandit in front of Joram.
It also appears on the comment section. So there's the attack as well as the damage. So you're rolling for attack roll. So when you're inside of your character, on your attack, there should be one for damage.
Yeah, so I used the thing you said before, so it appears on the screen. I select the spell of that, and I just click damage, right?
Yeah, on your comment sheet, you can see that there's like a damage one.
Yeah.
For Scorching Ray. If you click on damage, it should appear like as damage and not attack roll.
Yeah, sorry, just 3 rays fire out, so I'm just rolling for all 3.
Okay. Well, I'll roll for you.
Yeah, please, that might be a bit faster.
All right, so you the character takes bandits, goes to hit the bandit, and hits him for 9 damage. Now the creature is like really hurt, and he's like, ah, oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna survive another attack.
To
Anything
the other
else?
2, yeah, I shot all 3 rays at him, so we should be taking damage for all 3.
For all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so they take all 9 damage. So 2 of them now appear to are really, really hurt, really hurting, and they don't look like they're gonna make not gonna be able to take another hit. Anything else?
Nope, I've got no bonus action thing, so I'll just stay here.
All
It's my
right,
turn.
so now it's the bandit's turn. So the other bandit gets a little bit closer. He moves in a little closer here, but realizes that you guys are starting to use area attacks, and he can kind of notice like a moonbeam. So he's like, "Ooh, there's something glowing on the ground, and I don't want to get close to that. So I'm just gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna use my light bow on this creature, on this guy named Johnny here." So the bandit takes out his crossbow and decides to attack Johnny with it. 15.
Nope.
So he
Bounces
takes
off
it
his armor.
and misses. That ends his turn. Now it's the next bandit. And the next bandit decides, I'm going to kind of stand back here. And he's like, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my light crossbow. So he takes out his light crossbow, attacks Johnny. And misses.
That one of the,
Yeah.
I
is that
think we should
one
all
of the
stand in
bandits
front
in
of-
my moonbeam?
Yeah, so those moonbeams, the moonbeam will trigger when it's the turn of the 2 bandits in that area, but it wasn't those 2 bandits. So the 2
Oh,
bandits
I
from
was-
the
Oh, it's this one over here on the third side. Okay, I was looking at the wrong one. My bad.
Yeah, like these are not the ones that had their turn. It's these
The
ones.
ones that are going are highlighted, right? In the combat order?
Yeah, yeah. So if you
Okay,
click
okay.
on them, you can see where they are in the combat tracker.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one. My bad.
Yeah. Those ones are
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
further. You might not be able to see them. Yeah, you can
Cool.
see them actually. They're to the far right inside the temple.
Yeah.
So Bandit ends his turn, and now it's Joram's turn.
Okay, there's a bandit in front of me, so I'm going to strike him down with my first attack.
Awesome. So
Only 14.
He goes to hit him with his sword, and he hits him, and now you just have to deal some damage. Ooh,
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. He's still standing.
Then
Anything
I shall
else?
strike him again with my second attack.
Let's
Go
go.
ahead. And
13.
he hits. Deal for damage.
5 points of damage.
Oh wow! All that. Oh my gosh, that hurt a lot. And then he's still standing there, and he's like, oh my god. He doesn't know if he can stand. He's kind of like walking like groggily, and he's like, oh, well, I should have ran away when I had a chance. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop my action surge and attack him again.
You.
I want to finish him
Attack.
off. We got
Let's
to
Finish him.
Let's go.
Finish him now.
I love the energy. I love the energy.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, attack! Will you finish him off?
Oh, it's attacked twice. So the first one was a 26, and the damage that will hit him.
Alright. Roll
so the
for
damage will be 3.
So you strike him with 3, and the character is like, he's like leaning over to the side now, and he's like, I don't know.
Just
He's still
die.
alive. He's still alive. He's still alive. So, what are you doing now?
That's it. Nothing else I can do.
Yeah, so end your turn.
I'll wait for him to attack me, and I'll riposte the damage again. That should kill him.
So the bandit, now it's Bandit's turn that's inside the moonbeam. So he's gonna take like a bunch of damage. Is it 2d6 for the damage for moonbeam? I think it's 2d6.
2d10. 2d10, I believe. I'm just
Alright.
go here really quick.
So if you want to click on the dice tray at the bottom of the comment section, it's the 4th one. If you click it twice and then hit roll, you can roll for damage.
The 4th one, click it twice.
It'll appear there's going to be number 2 and then roll. Alright, so the first one takes 6 points of damage. So he takes 6 points of damage, the moonbeam, and he gets caught in the ice. And he's like, ah! And he dies. He dies. He's dead. He died.
Very nice. Very nice.
Exactly. So now he's dead. You can see the little skull symbol. You don't have to worry about him anymore. And please roll for 2d8 10 damage for the next bandit below him.
Oops, wrong one. Hold on.
I'll just move
I
this
think I
guy
rolled
out
the
of
wrong
the way
dice.
so you guys don't get confused or anything like that.
I'm missing
When they
the 4th
die.
one is D10. Okay, here we go. Nope, take that off. Oh. So, hold on. I messed this up. Bear with me for a second.
Sure, take your time.
Oh wait, no, 2d10 minus the get rid of -2. So that next one was just 4.
All
Yeah,
right.
I did that on accident.
Okay, so it's just 2 damage.
Yeah,
All right.
it's just 2.
Moonbeam erupts inside of the area, dealing 2 damage to the bandit as he struggles to stay on his feet, but he still manages to survive. The moonbeam. Behind him
I rolled the wrong one.
disappears. Anything
Oh,
else?
all right.
Oh yeah, that was his turn.
But it's not my turn. Yeah, I don't think it's my turn yet.
Yeah, so that bandit
Cool.
is kind of dead.
Awesome.
Wasn't it his turn? Yeah, okay, so that bandit is dead. So I'm gonna hide that bandit. So you guys shouldn't see him in the tracker anymore, right? Is
There
this-
are less bandits in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's
No,
one.
they're back again. And he's awake
Yeah,
again.
okay. There, now we're less. Yeah, he's away now.
So now he's dead. Okay, so now it's the next bandit's turn. And he's pissed. He's like, ow, how dare you hit me? So he moves a little bit closer towards Johnny. And he strikes at Johnny with his scimitar sword. Die, he says. And he misses.
Nope.
Ending his turn. It's now Johnny's turn.
While everybody's been attacking him, Johnny's just been casually moving his arm and it says, hey, I think some of the gears were frozen, but it should be better now. Would you like to try it? As he swings up and swings at the guy directly in front of him. And
Attack?
Yep. For a 20. And because
Roll for damage.
we wanted to finish this fight. And he as it hits him, he also says, and because you're doing such a good job, here, I'll do even better. As his warpike begins to glow with an almost lava-like magma shine to it, as it almost begins to hum as he casts his divine smite.
Oh.
Awesome. So you're casting Divine Smite.
Yep. And so attack, damage, roll. Of course it's. You gotta be kidding.
All right. Let's give
And-
the 5 damage. That kills him. So
Oh.
the bandit takes a hit, and divine. You didn't need divine spite, but you did use the spell slot for it, and he just crumbles to the ground, and he disappears. Just so I doesn't. Here we go. And what are you doing next?
At that, he'll just go ahead and say, hey, that's one down. Let me try one more. As he swings to the guy next to him that's been attacking Jerome.
Sounds good.
So,
Attack.
One more.
Will this is still in an open area, right? Like where we're at, it's still or inside the temple now.
Yeah, you're kind of semi inside of the temple, so that's why I kept the snow on.
Gotcha.
Because
So I
some
can
of
see
your
clouds though, right? I can at least see if I look up, would I be able to see a cloud?
Oh yeah, you're standing like outside. Like you're
Perfect.
standing
That's all I
outside
need.
right now on the landing. You're not inside the temple area yet. So like Arenis, Reza, and Joram are on the left. They're outside of the temple. Johnny's inside the doorway, and yeah, like there's
Okay.
only one person. There's one person, I think. Where's the other person that I'm not accounting for? Oh yeah, and Air is also just standing outside of the temple. I'm going to stop the snow from like falling right now,
Okay.
just as you guys are getting inside. So the snow will slowly start just disappearing. And yeah, so you want to take your attack?
Yes, I got a 20 and I did 11 damage to him.
Awesome. So you go to strike, do damage to him, and you knock him right down to the ground. As he's screaming, and he collapses and he dies.
Yeah, how I kill him is, as I swing at the first guy, he just casually swings backhanded like this, and it strikes the war pick right in the back of his head as he just rips it out.
There you go.
And then just casually looks over to the other ones and says, "Hey, those guys did good. Now, let's see how you guys do." And I kind of like bottlenecking these guys, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. So that other guy now has disappeared. And anything else? Any movement action?
Nah, he likes bottlenecking them, so I'll stay in the doorway.
Sounds good. So now it's the other zombie. The other bandit. So the other bandit goes towards
Wow,
him.
this took a turn left real quick.
Yeah, there's some like magical spell, and he just turned into a zombie. No, the bandit. The bandit faces Johnny and hits him with his scimitar, and yeah, 19. He misses.
Doesn't do anything.
How dare you? You're made of granite or stone or something.
Metal.
Metal. Ding. Now it's on to the other bandit. This bandit is dead, and now it's Aaron's turn.
Aaron's been looking around in his pack, and he brings out from inside one of his cloaks a piece of flesh that's kind of pink and black, and it looks pretty putrid. And from his other side, he picks out a sickly golden-looking substance, and he jams the two together, and he puts them up to his mouth, and he says to the big guy at the back, he says, "Why don't you just go and sit down, get everybody else to calm down, and we'll talk about this civilized?" And he's using suggestion to try to take the heat out of this battle and get him to command everybody to sit down, and for him to sit down as well.
You thought such a thing would work? How dare you! And now he's really mad. How dare you suggest I should walk away? This is my treasure. Now he's fiercely angry. Gives you the look.
Did he make his wisdom saving throw then? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw.
DC 15. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
So he was saying that
very nice.
all of a sudden he's like, he had a change of mind. He's like, oh my god, like, guys, let's run away from here. Let's go under the undergrowth. Let's run away and try to see if we can run away. So yeah, the characters they decide to move like 50 feet this way. So they're moving further away from you, and they're heading towards the undergrowth.
Actually, if one of them tries to run from Johnny, he's gonna try to swing an opportunity attack.
Very good.
Possibly. And I think it's the end of your turn, right, Air?
Yeah, that's all. He just laughs. He says, "I'll throw snowballs at them if they come back."
Well, the Bandit King captain says, let's go to the treasure. Let's get that treasure. These guys are just way too strong. So he takes another. He moves towards the undergrowth, and he ends his action. It's Ray's turn.
So they all ran out on us from what I can see in here. So even if I did, I'm gonna move about, let's say about 20 to 25 feet. I'm gonna go right directly into the temple.
You have up to
Give me
30.
a second while I'm pretty sure that's up to 30. Is like, let me see if I can click this and Here we go. Awesome. Like 25 feet will move me right in there. Perfect. And I see that guy, that bandit right there once I get in. So once I get into there, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on that guy that's right there.
From your action,
Yep.
combat action?
Yeah. So let's see. Guiding Bolt. And what
also,
level was this I was
question.
using?
When they ran away, would I have gotten an opportunity attack off as they left my area?
Opportunity attacks only work if they're within, like, right beside you, and then none
So-
of them were beside you.
What about the one right in front of me?
You mean like the captain? Like
No,
this one here?
there was one like right in front of me that attacked me on the last turn. The one
Yeah,
that rolled
I
the
thought he died.
19? No, that was the one beforehand. It's the one that
Oh,
rolled the last 19.
All right. So this one over here, you can take an opportunity attack against them.
Okay. As also because I actually have something if they try to run from me.
Oh,
17
that's a hit.
for 10 damage.
Ooh.
And
He's still-
oh yeah, I was saying if he's still alive by the end of that.
He's still
Is it-
alive.
Features, is it on here? Take it off or protection. Oh yes, here it is. It is on here. It activates my Relentless Avenger
Very
skill.
nice.
When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, I can move half my speed immediately after the attack, and as part of the same reaction without provoking opportunity attacks.
Awesome. So take 15 feet.
So I will go on ahead and roll the attack for Guiding Bolt. See if it hits. Cross his fingers. Normal. The dirty 20 to hit.
And that's a hit. Roll for damage.
damage.
How much is guiding bolt?
Guiding Bolt is 4d6 of radiant.
Okay.
So,
Wow, that's a lot.
and that's 12 points of radiant damage on that guy right there.
And
And I'm just like, what was all that shit about us dying? And I just throw an entire like bolt directly at him.
and he like just like takes the bolt and it just like falls to the ground dead. He died. There we go. So he's dead. And I'll just make him disappear. There we go.
Awesome.
Other
And
20.
then, yeah, that's it. I mean, I could use the last of my movement, but that's fine. I'll end my turn there.
Awesome. Aranis? It's your turn.
Yeah, not much more. So I'll walk up to the edge of my movement just
I will
behind
be right back.
Jordan. I think I can do.
I think I'm gonna lower the hit points on the, like I originally increased them thinking that it would take you guys less time to kill them, just so we can like go to the next section if that's what you guys want. If you find that they're like too overpowered and stuff.
It's just mid-level D&D. It's putting down their hit points. We can take them out. We've had some bad rolls on hit points.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll take them. We'll take them.
We'll take them on.
We've lost one of our members. Discord's done its finest to move everybody around, so we'll be back to normal in our normal positions very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Yeah, so Ranus will just hold his hand out, and as Let's see if I can do the targeting. Is that the bandit chief to the bottom right? There, I think. Targeting.
Uranus? What did you just say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah? What was that?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to hit this guy with Chill Touch.
Chill touch. Alright, cast it. So you use your ghostly skeletal hand. And then
Nice
it's
and creepy.
stealth, so you just have to roll for the attack. Who are you attacking?
So guy to the bottom right, I think it's the bandit chief.
Yep.
I put a target in. I think I put a target icon on him. I don't know if it popped up.
And it's a hit. Roll for damage.
Should
Alright, it takes 12 points of damage. It's like, oh my gosh, that really hurt, but he's still standing strong. Anything else?
No, I'll just look to the rest and go, we're killing all of them before we move on, right?
Wouldn't we?
Finish them.
Ah, if you catch us, that is. And is that the end of your turn, Uranus?
Yeah. Nothing else I can do at the moment.
Now the bandit is like, they're all heading towards the undergrowth area, so he makes his way here. And he takes like his full movement action just to move out of the way. He's actually going to use like dash, his full dash, so they just like kind of disappear here. So I don't think you guys can actually even see where they went. You just see that there's like, there's a statue in front of you, and they just disappeared behind the wall. And so, yeah, that ends both of the bandits' turns, and it's Joram's turn.
Okay, well, they've gone. I can't see them. I'm going to move in a little bit. Moving into there, still can't see him.
All right. So you can't see anyone. Can you see the bandit captain?
No, not with my vision.
All right. So that ends your turn.
Yep.
Johnny?
So they just went behind the statue?
Yeah, they went behind the statue. Like there's openings around the statue, so they just hid behind the statue.
Are these walls
There's a
right
wall.
here?
Those are benches. So if you want to jump over them, you can jump over them. But if you try to jump over them, you're gonna have to do an acrobatics check to make sure you don't like, trip over them. So those are like all benches.
Are these wood benches?
Yeah, stone benches. So there's stone
okay, then I
benches.
can't do that.
That'll hurt.
Yeah, and then there's like pilars right there, so I don't know if you want to walk into one, but yeah, you should probably go around one of the pilars. Like those are pilars. There's a wall right behind the statue in front of you. You should be able to see it, possibly, but there is a
star.
Yeah.
Okay, so they moved over here. Let's see if I have enough movement to go ahead and catch up to them at all. So we'll take 10 feet this way, and then from here I can move 20 feet there.
I'm just clearing out the combat tracker here, so it's not so cluttered up.
So they went this direction over here.
One of them went towards the north. One of them went towards the south.
He will go ahead and use his action to dash as well, to go ahead and see if he can get
Up to 60 feet.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So this is another 20 feet. He has 10 more. Right here. And they have appeared to gone this way?
They've gone towards that area right there. That's like a
Okay.
wall.
Let's see if he has 10 more feet of movement. So he can hear right here. Ah, he
And
sees one.
you could kind of spot him, but he's too far away from you.
He can do is he pulls out a javelin that he has. He reaches behind him and pulls out one of his javelins.
All right, attack him.
And yeah, he chucks it at him.
Great.
Or actually, does this one look wounded at all? Or does he look fine?
These ones are not wounded. They never took it.
What he's gonna do instead is go ahead and point at one of them instead and just say, I don't know where you're gonna run off to, but even if we can't catch you, we eventually will. You're already marked. As he casts Hunter's Mark.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
I love Hunter's
So-
Mark. Let's go.
Your hunter's
See,
mark.
where... there you are. Cast spell. And slightly serious, he'll even just go and say, and nothing ever escapes when you're marked by me. Have fun! And that's his turn.
All right. Sounds good. So it deals an extra damage to the target. So that pretty much allows you to know where he is and stuff, or just deal damage.
I can track him.
Ooh, so you can track him. Kind of cool. Neat. Rin, it's your turn.
He looks at Uranus and shrugs and says, I thought I told those bastards to sit down. Right, I'm gonna get them. Which way did they go? And he runs into the temple proper, and he sees everybody else running. 15, 20. Do I have line of sight on anybody when I walk in?
You're kind of far away.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, like this is like 50. Your line of sight. So you can use the ruler tool. So there's the ruler tool. So under your actor, you can see there's like a little ruler.
Yeah, so that guy's behind the pillar. Okay.
You can tell about how far. So if you want to move afterwards, just make sure you put the little select token. Otherwise, you won't be able to move.
Got you. So yeah, I walk in and look around, and I just look at the other guys, and again, I'm just like, which bloody way did they go?
Down there! I point right at the one that's running.
Yeah, so yeah, Johnny tells you that they're running behind like stairway and stuff like that.
All right.
Are you gonna
So I'll take off.
any other?
Yeah, I'll use my action to dash, and I'll head off in the direction that Johnny points, because I don't see the other guy. He said that I would have to make an acrobatics check if I jumped over the well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Can I do that? Can I run and just kind of parkour across the top of them?
Parkour this.
Like
Do
just
a
go
stride,
here.
stride.
Yeah, try to jump like right here,
Yeah.
and then like ability check, and then if you succeed the ability check, then you won't trip over this thing.
Yeah, go on, let's do it.
It'll cut your movement if you try to jump over and fail.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. We'll do this. So what am I doing? Athletics, is it, or acrobatics?
Well, yeah, I think it's more like an athletics thing,
Athletics,
because you're trying to like.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. I rolled a 10.
He's gonna go flat on his face.
He tries to, Air tries to go across, and he wants to be like, hey, look at me, I'm gonna like jump over this, and he literally tries to jump it. His foot hits the bottom of it, and he trips, and he like falls forward right in front of it, like
Mind the step.
Right there. And he's like, ow! Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Ow.
Yeah. So, and I'm just like, oh, bloody hell. And then I use the rest of my movement
He
to stand
lands
up.
prone. Yeah, so that takes like half your movement to just stand up.
So,
So now you have like
yeah, because it was.
only.
That's fine, I'm done. Probably the movement then, because, yeah. Yeah, excellent. I'm just standing there looking a bit stupid.
Yeah. Okay, so that ends your turn. So now it's about abandoned captain. The abandoned captain looks at you and he goes, look at that fool, like, I don't know who you are, bald man, but that was hilarious. And then he dashes. It takes his move action to dash towards the steps. So there's 25. There's 25. And he heads downstairs. And that ends his turn. It's now Ray's turn.
Okay, so I am looking at everyone trying to jump over and parkour, and I just like look at them and I'm just like, or you could just walk. And I'm going to walk the 30 feet directly right over here to this dark corner. And just like right over into that dark corner where we just saw the other guy like run off into the section. And I'm just going to try to see if I can open that section up over there and see what exactly it is that's going on. So I'm going to move.
Sounds good.
Here. Awesome. Okay, and they are still gone, but at least I can see in that corner now. So I just like turn around and I'm like, dang it. I don't necessarily know what it is that I could do over in that area. Is there like there's a door over there in that section, right?
You can't see that yet. You can only see that there's a little light.
I can't see it. Okay, just a little light.
See a light. You can see this side of the wall, but you can't see any doors from where you are right now.
Okay. All right. There's no use for me to do anything. There's nothing over there. So I'm just going to move, and that's my turn.
Awesome. Your turn, Aranis.
Okay, so I'm going to move in, but I still can't see the map, so can you let me know if I'm going to hit a wall or something?
Sure.
Lovely. Just
If you walk straight, you're gonna go right through the front door, so you're not gonna hit a wall.
okay. I clicked the thing to move, but I don't think I moved yet, have I?
You want to move forward, so I'll move you forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Yeah, can I just move in and join the group and look around and see if I can see anything interesting or unusual about the building that we're in?
So you're looking around the temple, and you can try to see if you're right now where you are. There's not much going on. You see a few tombstones along the wall, but there's nothing that you noticed around this location.
Okay. So I'll just stay with the group and go, so where to next?
All right. And combat the bandit's turn. So on his turn, he decides to take another dash, and he disappears off the map. And that ends his turn. And then the other bandit decides to dash as well and ends his turn. It's now Joram's turn.
Okay, I can see that Johnny's gone northish, and we've lost bandits there. I'll just kind of turn around to my companions behind me. Anyone hurt? And
Just my pride.
well, pride cometh the fall, my friend.
I can
Pride
go ahead and
cometh-
take care of myself.
Yeah, Croy kind of fell.
Then I'll basically, I think I'll move. And move over.
You're gonna jump over? Like, are you gonna
No, I'm gonna go around.
go around?
I'm not full.
So
Yeah.
it's probably a wise idea.
Actually, no, I'm gonna stay there because I'll stay here for now and just kind of assess and look around and see if there's anything else in this temple area that looks unusual.
All right. Roll for perception.
Ooh,
That's
perception.
not a bad idea.
Whoa!
26.
Nice.
Hey.
Let's go.
So
I was
awesome.
gonna
So-
ask to help, but there was no reason for that. So
Yeah, so you kind of notice that as you're looking around the temple, that there seems to be something about the statue, but you can't quite tell where you are because you're too far.
All right.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just head 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go there and head towards the temple.
do you
Sounds good.
relay that information to the group?
Yeah, I'll
Like
take
that there's something weird with
Something
the-
about that that statue, yes.
Mhm.
As I head
Okay.
towards it. And that'll end what I'm doing.
On my turn, I'd like to do a thing.
It's yeah. You after Johnny. There's a few
Yeah,
things.
that's something on my turn. Yeah, I'd like to do a thing. So
Sounds good, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny,
Fredo?
after looking at that bandit's back, and if that as that bandit runs, on his back, like almost basically right behind his heart, he almost feels like a slight burning sensation, almost as if laser or almost eyes are staring right at him no matter how far he runs. As he's been marked. But on his turn, Johnny's gonna go ahead and say, "Oh, I can also go ahead and heal myself, so you don't have to worry about me." As he puts his hand over any of the marks or scratches on his body, and it begins to heat up the same kind of magma-like glow, as his armor seems to almost go ahead and melt and go over the marks and then cool off, healing himself as he casts Lay on Hands.
that's sick.
Awesome. That sounded cool. So so as you cast Lay on Hands, your character did not take any damage, I don't believe. Or I think
Mine did. I was in front of the door
Oh, yeah,
the entire
11.
time.
he took 11 points of damage.
So he'll heal 11 points
Yeah, so you have like a pool of 75.
of 45.
Is it 45?
Yeah, I wish I had 75.
I wish it was 75.
Yeah, just have to decrease it by 11.
Yep.
Where is the features?
Features and traits.
Might be under special. Is
It's
it
kind
under-
of dark. I'm gonna cut my light on really quick.
It's somewhere. If you find it before me, let me know.
Man, I love paladins.
Me,
Heal all the
three.
attack they did. All the damage you did. Worth nothing. How do I lower his...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out as well. Just a moment here.
I mean, I also have D&D Beyond open, and I'm kind of counting my stuff on there too. So I'll keep track
Okay.
of it no matter
Yeah.
what.
That sounds good. I'll have to figure it out a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know where it is right now, so we won't worry about that right now. Anything else?
Huh. That's weird. It's not on. Oh, sorry. My bad. I thought we were already moving on. No, he'll just go ahead and... He'll just go ahead and stand right here in case if they come back, and just go ahead and say he's fine. That's the end of his turn.
Air, it's your turn.
Yeah, I think that would be a good point for a break. If that's okay, if everybody wants to take a quick, like 10 minutes, just 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Quick
5 minute, 5 minute break would be good.
5 minute
Yeah.
break. Get ourselves refresher drink. Sort out any technical snafus, and we'll be able to get right back. We'll see if we can get Mud Aranis viewing the awesome maps that we have here, and we'll see if Aaron can actually make a jump over a bench when we get back. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
Sounds good.
Hello, everybody. We're back as we wait for everybody to return. Just a few words. Obviously, for those of you who have tuned into previous shows, you might see some new faces around here, and I'd like to thank everybody, Dragon, Sylvie, Sam, and Mud, for joining, and Strain as well. Thank you very much for participating, as always. An IMT regular. We normally play for about another hour. So we're going to try and just crack on. But if you want to find out more about these awesome folk that we are playing with, then do hang around to the end. And before we go off on a raid, we will do some introductions. So that's right at the end of the show. We'll find out where you can find everybody. So with that, I'll pass you back over to Sylvie and back on with the chase. As it is going so well for at least my character, anyway.
So, Air, it's now your turn.
Yeah. Well, I stood up, I dusted myself down, and how dark is it in this room, in this place? Like, obviously we can see.
Yeah, you can see some lights. So there's a bit of light. You also have your torch. So the torch emits so much light around you, of bright light, usually like 20 feet. So I kind of gave you guys, I think, a bit more leeway with the torch and stuff, just so. Yeah, I did 20. Actually, he has 60 dim light because he's an elf.
Yeah, so.
So you can actually see.
Hearing that there's something interesting about the statue, he is going to stand up carefully on the bench. He's not going to jump. He's just going to take a step in front. And he's going to stand up on there, and he looks down on it and just goes, "Ha! That's how you take on these things." And he's going to point his finger at the statue and cast dancing lights. And he creates 4 torch lights, dancing around the, pointing around the statue. And he's trying to light up the statue so we can get a better look at it. It creates 4 orbs hovering in the air. Yeah, and as he does that, yeah, he you see a small worm just slithering down his hand, a little glowing thing. It slithers back up his sleeve, and these lights appear around the statue to get a good look at it. Yeah, and that's his action. And he's just going to stand there and say, "Well, you see anything?" And just that's the end of his turn.
Awesome. So now it's the bandit captain's turn. So the bandit captain's already somewhere else on the map at the moment. So he's just gonna take his movement action. Take the dash action. Aha! And ends his turn. Reza, it's your turn.
All right, so Reza is going to move up closer to the statue, and I'm going to, it's about like 15 or so feet in that range. I'm gonna move like right on up into it, and then you're gonna hear kind of like a little whoosh, and her eyes start to glow like this dark purple, that kind of like smooths down out of her hands, out of her fingertips, as she casts Detect Magic on the statue, because I want to see if there's something funny about it, and I'm getting some odd feelings. So that's what I'm going to. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, cast it.
And I'm gonna cast it really quick. Here we are.
As you cast Detect Magic to notice any magic around the area, there doesn't appear to be any form of magic on the statue itself.
Okay. So that purple glow kind of like sucks back into her fingers and into her eyes. She's like, okay, I don't feel anything magical at hand here. So I think we should at least be good. We can hold our own. Like turn back to the rest of the party and say that. And then that's my turn.
Uranus?
Okay. We saw the bandit leader run to the statue and more or less disappear, right?
They ran towards the north behind the statue. So there's ways around the statues. There's a wall behind the statue, and there's openings to get behind the statue.
Okay. Does Uranus have a clear path to walk up to it?
Yep. You can walk right beside Joram. It's just like a dodge thing. You don't have to like walk on top of the benches or anything like that. He'll just scoot on over. So if you just walk right past them and stuff, he'll be like, whoop, yeah, go ahead, bud.
Okay, so sorry. So walk up close to the statue and just investigate it, just to see if there's anything hidden or anything we should probably notice about it.
Yeah, just use a history check.
Oh, sorry, went the other. So history, not investigation.
Yeah, it's an investigation. Just history. So you're investigating, but you're double checking their history.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So as you cast that, you notice that the statue itself represents the Kuzu god Kilan, a winter deity. Worship of Kilan ceased a little over 100 years ago when the monks of Presser's enclave banned worship of any gods who weren't the four generals. It's believed that Kilan was secretly an aspect of Vapul, a dark god of death and winter. These claims were never substantiated.
Okay, so Uranus just turn to the rest and go, so, might be a bad god. Never proves a bad god, but we'll find out as we go deeper.
Sounds good.
I have a sense of doom approaching us.
It's always a good sign.
I'm not feeling too hot about this either.
Well, if there's any problem, we'll just kill it.
Well, we did seem to acquit ourselves well. Johnny, a fantastic assault paladin you are. Like it.
Oh, also, one of them is already marked for death, so no matter how far it runs, I can find him.
That could be good.
That's a good idea. I've ever told you I really appreciated that. That would come in handy.
Yes, when people try to run from me, they don't get very far.
Or perhaps they have learnt their lesson. Maybe
I think I like him.
they will.
I think I like
You can't really learn any lessons when you die.
Well,
Yes, you can.
I don't
You
feel
can.
like you can.
Yeah, you can come back to life. And
Huh.
suddenly, even if you die, somebody can resurrect you.
He's a
And maybe you
middleman.
went to the afterlife.
Are we out of turn order
He's a
now?
middleman. He doesn't even.
He he gets a thought or something upon dying.
Yeah, Aaron, he steps down carefully from the other side of the bench.
All right.
And then steps up
And-
carefully onto the other one. Are we still in turn, or are we out of turn?
Well, who's? Is it Aranis?
No.
Was
That was it.
Aaron?
I don't know.
No, you're out of turn. You're out of turn. Yeah, you have to wait.
Okay, I'll go back.
So Aranis, it's the end of your turn, right? You did a move action plus an action. Did you want to do any bonus action?
No, that's me.
All right. Now it's the bandit's turn. And a bandit runs and tries to get closer towards the treasure, dashing. The other bandit also takes his turn. And now it's Joram's turn.
Okay, right. So I guess we'll 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll dash over to about there and up that way. Are we going after them then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 25 feet, so you can take another
All right.
like 35 feet.
I'll dash over to him. I'll get to there then. Come on then, let's go.
Awesome. Johnny?
He'll just go in and start walking on ahead. Guess it's like 5 feet to get down there. So then I can just do this. 15, 20, 5. 30.
Oh, and there goes Johnny.
You know, go ahead and say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just go ahead and say, I'll go ahead and follow him. You all follow me.
That sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Then we'll make sure he learns his lesson after death, right?
Correct.
It might be worth talking to him before you kill him.
Nah, don't worry
Yeah,
about
actually-
that part.
Yeah, he looks a bit confused at that. Do anything before killing him?
Well, we might need information. They've been here before us.
He still
Okay,
seems like
yeah,
he's
I guess
stuck
you
on the
have
part
points
about
there.
do anything before killing him. And since I don't have my turn, I'll go ahead and use my action to dash. At least a little bit to get up around right here so I can see down these stairs. So 5, 10. And I'll end my turn here and wait for them.
That's good. It's your turn.
Yeah, so he looks over at Joram, who's been that. He looks at Raisa and listens intently to the description, and he's like, "Oh, death god of the winter, eh? Sounds brilliant." And then he steps down carefully from the bench, and then he steps up carefully onto the. Can I treat this as difficult terrain to get across the benches rather than try to jump?
Yeah, it's gonna take you like an extra 5 feet.
Yeah.
Second time's a charm. Second time's the charm. You have one more in you.
Yeah, try not to
Yeah.
fall on your face.
So he steps down, he steps up, he steps down, he steps up, he steps down, and he gets to the other side.
There, that's 20 feet. Perfect.
And he just sees us go, boy,
It's hilarious.
don't like that.
You're making me tired!
Slow, tedious.
And then he says, right then, I guess we're going this way, Raisa. Which is to say, and he runs off after Joram. So yeah, he's just gonna use his action to dash up that way.
All right.
And then does he hear Johnny going down the stairs? Or which way did Johnny go? Because he didn't see him.
He is
So
like
Johnny
large metal
just
man.
disappeared. Johnny just disappeared. I don't think that Joram can see him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
No.
around the.
I can't.
So I'll just take another 5. I'll take my last bit of movement forward. And then, yeah, that's
That's your
Adam.
action.
Yep.
That's your. Right. And then the bandit captain takes his action. Right. And now it's Uranus' turn.
Does Rysa not go before me?
Just a moment here. All right. What was that?
Yeah, I thought Rysa went before me was all.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Reza.
Oh. Oh.
Reza, I
Oh,
apologize.
no.
You must have accidentally hit the button. Let me see
Oh, yeah,
here.
no problem. I just
Yeah, so
figured I
just
would
take-
go after him if that was the case.
No, I
yeah.
apologize. I must have accidentally. I was trying to.
No worries.
Yep. No.
Yeah, zero problems. No worries. So I'm going to take my full movement to make it over here where Joram and Aaron are, to move over there, and then hold on. Let me move you. Thank you. All right, yeah, move over here into the corner. Down into the stairs would be like over in that area. To get past Aaron would be like my 30 feet, essentially, to be like right over on that side. And then I'm also going to use my action to dash down the stairs, down to where Johnny ran.
All right.
So let me see. And dash is my full 30. So yeah, that will move me right down here to the end of the steps. What the hell? Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that's my turn.
There we go. Uranus, it's your turn.
So I'll. Is there anything in my way that would stop me being able to go up just behind Joram, just because I still can't see the terrain?
Yeah, just if you go in that line like that, 30 feet, you'll be fine.
Okay.
No, why you
so
don't?
I'm not sure. I can't see anything really. I've got icons for doors. That's about it. I'll just go up and stay with this here for now. And just bring up the rear as we all go down the stairs, so that'll just be all for my turn.
Can you see now?
Nah, still all black.
So when I double click on you, I can see properly.
I think it's my computer. I think it's just struggling with everything at the moment. So it's, for some reason, it won't show me anything.
Okay, well, it happens. All right, well, I'll guide you towards where you are. So right now you have Joram right beside you on the right-hand side, and about 10 feet to about 5 feet from him, Aaron is standing beside him. So you're right above the statue. Yeah. Are you gonna take a dash action to try to get around the corner?
Yeah, if I can, I'll take a dash action and just follow after Rysa and try and keep up with Johnny.
So do you want me to move you? Okay, so one.
Yeah, please. I can't actually tell where I'm going.
Yeah. So now you're downstairs, and you're not too far away from Johnny. So you can see Johnny down the stairs. And now it's gonna be the bandit's turn. Alright. Joram, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to dash. What's that? 5. 5. I don't know. Hang on, let's have a look.
How did... Oh, I know what happened. Reza, you went like right above, like there's like a little path that you might not be able to see, but you should actually be down the stairs. So just give me a second. I'm just gonna move you right here.
Oh, okay.
Your character, because there's actually like a way it's linked, but you must have jumped over it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see. Yes.
Yeah, you jumped over it.
Oh,
So here you are, you're
wow.
down the
Okay.
Yeah, you're like down the
Yeah,
stairs.
I completely missed that. All right, cool.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going
I
down to
thought
that
something
point
was
as well.
weird when I moved it.
I guess if you move it that way, it doesn't actually recognize that, like, it thinks you jumped over, like, the multi-level option.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Because I was like, that's why I was like, there's no stairs. It just goes right back around. I'm so
Yeah,
confused. Okay.
The only way you
Cool
can
beans.
those stairs is because you, like, literally flew over it, and you should have just, like, you can't fly. So I was
Type,
like,
type,
what?
type. Awesome. Cool.
So, yeah,
Don't
so
mind me.
you're now downstairs.
Just a, just a brain fart. Just a real quick one. Nothing big. Just a little one.
All right, so it ends Joram's turn.
Yep, that's it.
Johnny, it's your turn.
He'll just move forward. Oh, by the way, one more thing about the spell. If the guy he casts Mark on dies, Johnny would know. Like, if he drops to 0 hit points, the spell ends, so he would know if he dies.
All right, so
And...
you've been tracking the bandit leader for a little bit. Like, how much details can I give you about the bandit leader? Like, about how far he is from you and stuff?
No, it gives me advantage on perception and survival checks to track him. The only thing that I know is that the spell ends if he dies. So if he dies, Johnny would know because he's concentrating on it.
All right, he's still alive. Definitely still alive.
So then he'll just go ahead and say, let's go ahead and hunt these guys down. And he'll walk forward.
Cool.
1, 2, 3.
Just to let you know that this door that's in front of you right now is actually locked as well. It's a barred door. So you can't just open the door. So you have to, like, kind of... It's locked. Oh, actually it is locked. So I can actually just...
Did they lock
Lock
it behind
it.
them, or did they go down here too?
Yeah, they went through the doors and they pretty much sealed it when you went, to make sure you guys can't get through so they could get the treasure first.
How is it sealed?
So it's pretty much just doors that are barred. So they pretty much the door itself, they put something on the other side of it. So you're gonna probably have to do something to open it using force.
Yeah, Johnny just goes ahead and charges it.
All right, so you charge at it.
Do it,
So
do it,
roll,
do it.
Roll for athletics.
Let's
Your
go.
athletics check. So you try to ram into it and charge it and
Yep.
see what happens when you do your athletics.
Let's see. It is in skills.
So you're like ramming it right now. You're like running very quickly and you're like, and you try to go and hit it, and as you hit it,
21.
the doors just burst open in front of you.
I Kool-Aid man it.
And then as you do that, it launches you into a fight against these creatures. There's now creatures in front of you, and now you have to roll for initiative.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Utility, roll initiative.
Well, actually, you're still in the initiative because you're still fighting technically, but because the bandits
okay.
all disappeared, we're gonna the bandits have disappeared out of like the combat for the other ones kind of ended because you're on like pursuit. So I'm just gonna remove you guys from the encounter thing, and you can re-roll for the initiative this time. And maybe, yeah. These 7 skeletons, these are gas, and when they see you, they just turn around like in Silent Hill, you know, or Resident Evil, and they're like, "Argh," and they just this fierce look on their face, and they just want to eat you alive. Argh.
If Johnny has one thing, he'll just go and say, "Oh, howdy! More things to kill. This is fun." And that's it.
Like
as
him.
I rolled pretty bad.
I like him.
He sees bad thing, he kills bad thing. Vengeance Paladin lifestyle.
And who else has to roll now? There's a few people that have to roll. All right, so Reza, Johnny hasn't rolled. Johnny.
I did. Yeah, did it not show it?
Yeah, but you have to select your character.
Ah,
My
let me
turn.
go ahead and do that
Okay.
Yeah, like, did you have a higher roll or a lower roll?
then.
Didn't I do that right?
I think,
Hold on.
as far as I was aware, it was a fairly lower roll. Let me just go ahead and roll.
Let me try it again. Roll initiative.
Okay, so my
You're rolling
character.
for
I have to
advantage.
double click it. Okay, I think that did it.
Are you
I
rolling
hope
for
it did at least.
advantage? Okay, so you rolled Johnny.
I rolled and I didn't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see it.
So he has 7, so that's good.
Mine
have
should
8.
be a 10, not a 19. If for some
Yeah,
reason
I'll update
advantage
that.
automatic rolls.
Okay, a 9. A 10. No, okay, just a second here. Alright. So now the first zombie, makes his way towards Johnny. And he attacks him.
This one.
He decides to... Oh, what's this? Just a moment here.
Sully, can you roll my initiative again? I'm trying to roll it from the tab and it's not rolling. It's not showing up in the chat for some reason. I don't know.
I can see you in the combat tracker right now. You're at an 8.
Yeah, I think that was from my old one. Do you want me to re-roll again? Because I'm fine with that if that's the case. I'll take my old one. That's
I'm gonna remove that one. I thought okay, just a second. I'll re-roll.
okay.
And you rolled a 15.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So I'm just finding out what this undead fortitude is.
Aye.
All right. So he uses undead fortitude as his action. So if damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a Constitution saving throw.
But it didn't take any damage, did it?
Well, this is a feature. So, okay. So I guess that one I'll only do... Okay, that one... Sorry, never mind. I thought I had to hit that one first, but never mind. So when he gets to 0 hit points, then I'll do that one.
He probably just tries to slap Johnny.
Yeah. Whoops. So he's gonna slam into Johnny. Ooh, critical failure.
He bumps into
fails.
Johnny
He
and
tries
falls
to
down.
slam and falls. Yeah, he falls like right in front of him, and he's like, "Bleh." Yeah.
You are not very good at this.
Gets back up, and yeah. Let me just a moment here. Let me just go back through this this area here, and now it's the other zombie's turn. He wants to see if he can make it up here. So he's just gonna walk a little bit up this area here. Like right here. Like right here. And can he cast any type of skills? Oh, I just realized I'm so silly. if I use the action, like the combat action thing, I could have did a saving throw right from that. Well, last time I
We're
was like
all
trying to
learning.
figure it out. Okay, that was silly. Anyways, he ends his turn. Now it's Ray's turn.
Okay. Let's see here. So Johnny is right there at the door. So I
left of the door.
am right, or what's left of it. Okay. So I'm going to use my full movement to move myself right down here at the bottom of the stairs. And then I don't necessarily. Anything I throw is going to hit Johnny on the way. I don't want to do that.
Well,
Okay.
actually, you can throw something. You just can't throw it in front of the person that's in front of him. You can throw it at the other zombie, this zombie right here, because you do have line of sight.
Perfect. Didn't know if I had that. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go on ahead and throw another guiding bolt at him. Because if I have line of sight, yeah, cool, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another guiding bolt. This is... Guiding bolt again. Yep. Well, take both of those bad boys out of here. Use both of those. All right. Yep, right on that guy over there. And then hit 2. Roll to attack. Normal roll.
And it's a
25
hit.
to hit.
It's
Awesome.
a hit.
Damage. And that's 14 points of radiant damage. Just another purple ray that just like shoots out of her hand and like a lightning bolt and just like hits him in the chest.
Ugh. And then he's like still standing. But it really hurt him really badly.
Okay.
Anything
Cool.
else?
And yeah, no, it's gonna be my action. I mean, that's gonna be my turn. Sorry, my turn. Yeah.
Okay. And now the other zombie. The other zombie is just gonna wait there.
Hmm.
You're gonna wait around the corner. They're usually dumb, but these zombies are like, nah. They're like, we're just gonna wait. Aranis?
Yeah, so sorry, what's in front of me? The only thing I can actually see is Joram.
Okay. So at the moment you're in the stairway, so you could technically, Joram's in front of you, and if you take 10 feet, and you can go 10 feet down south, and then you can take another 20 feet, and you should be like right behind Reza at that point.
Could I do that? Yeah, rather, could you do that for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're about 15 feet away from a zombie, but if you try to cast anything on him, you would have to cast some kind of like area of effect, not to hit
Like-
Johnny.
So I couldn't do a pinpoint spell, like an actual targeted one. It would have to be area of effect.
Which one were you thinking about?
I was going to try Scorching Ray or something similar again, but
Okay, Scorching Ray.
do you want me to just click the spell feature and bring it up?
Usually a range of 120 feet. Well, let's just say that like Johnny is like not like right in front of him, so you can see him. You can see the zombie that's in front of him, so it won't actually deal him any damage. So you throw 14. That's a hit.
Oh, sorry, no, I haven't
Oh, no,
rolled
that's
yet. I wasn't sure if I could yet, sorry, that's my bad.
Sorry, I thought Raze was that was guiding bolt. Yeah. So yeah, just you can cast that.
Yeah.
Fire one. Or scorching ray, yeah.
Can you change the formula to just do 3d20 just so I can cast all 3 rays at once?
So you want to cast it? Okay, so you want to do 3d6? Like, okay.
No, sorry, because I shoot 3 attacks with the spell. So I
Yep.
would need to roll 3 times. I should have see if I can do it on the thing.
Well, that's for the damage, so I'll do the attack first. Okay, so you want to do the attack first, see if it hits. Yeah, so that definitely does hit. And yeah, so it looks like you did a second level one, right?
It's a second level spell, yeah.
So that was 2d6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Snake eyes.
And then it only does 2 damage, barely scratching him. He's like, yeah, what is that gonna do to me? I'm a zombie.
Did I roll for the other 2 rays as well? Because, or...
Say that again.
It's got 3 attacks, so that was one of them. So each ray does 2d6 and I can shoot 3 of them.
Oh, right, okay. 1 second here. That's the first one, and that's the second one. So he was like, ha 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 ha, you barely hurt me. So he gets the second scorching ray, and he's like, ah! I was like, ah! And then you hit him with the next one. Ah! And he's screaming, and he ends up dying. He's like, ah! He falls to the ground, dying. Ugh.
Well, that went better than I thought. Do you want the rest, Johnny?
I can go ahead and take them all if need be.
Lovely. I'll just end my turn with that.
Now it's the next zombie's turn. He moves towards, he's a little pissed off right now that he got hit last time. So he moves closer towards Johnny and takes an attack. Oh, and by the way, when you did that, there was that spell ability that allows him to do Undead Fortitude. So the Undead Fortitude, he has to roll a Constitution. And if he rolls the Constitution, he doesn't die. As long as he makes the Constitution. And I do believe he needed to get a 10. To survive that. So you might have to take a Constitution with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken. Oh wow, he took too much damage, so he wouldn't have survived that anyways. So anyway, he's dead. And now the zombie attacks, slams into him, into Johnny, with a 20. And as he tries to slam into him, Johnny...
It misses. He pulls up his shield and it hits him, but it doesn't damage him.
Bruh.
21 AC, baby.
Let's
Ending
go.
its turn. R, your turn.
As a bonus action, R gathers the lights. GM, is it possible that I could transfer the lights from the statue through the wall? Because I can see both sides of it? Or do they need to come round by me? There's dancing lights that I cast around the statue. Can I just kind of go... Shoop? So I move them, because I'm on a different map, I move them from the top light just through there. I don't know. So you're happy either way, it's fine.
Where you are right now, you can just go down the stairs to get to the undergrowth area.
Yeah. But I've got the dancing lights that I cast on the statue. I want to bring them. I just want to bring them from the statue and then just go like that and push them through the wall and have them appear on the other side and kind of follow me down. So I can move them 60 feet. Is that cool? So as they do that, they take the form of a medium-sized humanoid as they pass through the wall. So as they walk out the wall, they go from these individual things into a kind of broadly humanoid shape. This light just walks out through the wall in front of me. So that's my bonus action. And then I'll head down the stairs to catch up with everybody who seem to be having a lot of good fun. So 10, 5, 10, 15. Oh, here we go. 10, 20, 25, 30. And I see that Johnny's getting attacked by something undead. And I'm just like, oh, it smells a bit down here. And I'm gonna cast Acid Splash, which has a range of 60 feet at the zombie. Which I will press the button for.
Oh, I didn't realize that you guys could probably see where the other ones went, so I just like reset your like you reset your vision because you shouldn't have seen some of the things that you were seeing. I forgot to reset, so.
I couldn't see anything more than that corner anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, how is he seeing all of that stuff? And I forgot that they had went down the stairs and I should have reset the fog of war. Anyways, keep on.
So I'm not sure if I rolled, but the zombie needs to take a. It needs to take a DC Dex 15 save throw.
Okay, this one.
And if there's. Oh.
Damn.
18.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Alright, he's alright. He didn't take any damage.
No, just landed on him. And it just was, I was like, I thought I'd be better than that. Damn it.
And you just like, missed them and stuff like that.
Dodged it.
Anything else?
That's it for now.
Your turn, Joram.
Hooray! I am moving. Actually. I'm going there. That's it. And I'm going to pull out my bow, an arrow, and I'm going to shoot at this zombie.
Sounds good.
A 9.
Mm-hmm.
So that
And
probably
the
missed
9,
it.
I had to try to hit him with a 9. It does hit.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 points of damage.
It takes 2 from the arrow, hitting him in the shoulder. And he's like...
Okay, and I'll take my second attack and fire another shot at him.
Alright.
Natural 20, so it's 26 to hit.
Critical damage.
So damage will be...
Let's go.
2 plus 2, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Worst damage roll ever.
Hey, are you rolling?
Yes, I've clicked the button on damage.
There's no dice roll in there. That's just your dex bonus.
Oh, it is,
It's just
isn't it?
a big bonus. Yeah, it looks like there's... so that's just the dex thing. So it's probably
That's
something to do with
something
the,
wrong. So my bow is...
It did that on the last attack too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeram's ones as well. Yeah. There's
right, okay,
probably
right.
something to do with the. If I click on that, yeah. Just if you get to that point, just like use the dice tray at the bottom for your
Right,
damage. and stuff.
okay, so it is. What's the damage of a longbow? It's 1d6.
I think it's a D8 for a longbow, isn't it?
Is it? Is it an 8? Hang on.
For a longbow?
Your longbow is. Your longbow is.
Get up on D&D Beyond. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm
longbow
looking
is
at.
Yeah.
It's 1d8 plus 2. So what I'll do is I'll roll the first one as 1d8 plus 2. The first bow, which hit.
Yeah, and you can add the +2 option right underneath it as well. So you just select your dice. Plus
Okay,
your...
so
Nice.
the first one will be 9 points of damage, and the
a
second
lot
one,
better.
which will be crits, so that'll be 2d8 plus 4 because the damage is doubled there.
Yeah.
So the second attack will be 16.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, well, just so you know, your first attack actually killed him.
Oh, right, okay. Well, the
Like,
second attack
sorry,
went into
or
anyway.
kill.
'Cause- yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. Let's
But let
see.
me
It
make
didn't
sure I
kill
do a
him.
Constitution saving throw. So as long as he survives, yeah, he survives. He manages to.
So that was
Keep
the
one.
Constitution. Yeah. So the Constitution saving throw saved him from the first arrow, and then the second arrow would have done 16 points of damage to him then.
And then that kills him again. And then he tries to use Dead Fortitude again, doing his Constitution saving throw.
One hell of a roll.
And he survives.
Ooh,
He survives from one hit
again.
point.
Damn.
These guys can get kind of
What
annoying.
the-
He gets back up,
Yeah.
and he
Is
gets
it-
back
isn't,
up.
isn't it the damage plus 5 you said?
Yeah, it said damage plus 5.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh no, he doesn't survive.
So, yeah,
That one he
we-
dies. That one he
21. Cool.
definitely dies.
So there you
He's
go. The
Very
second
nice.
arrow was perfectly timed, straight into the head. Brains.
Literally just split his head completely
Guts all
open.
over the place.
He really tried to sandbag that up, but he couldn't.
Anyways,
Yeah.
he died.
Bryson just like steps back and it's like, don't get that stuff on my shoes. And just
Yeah,
like
he would have had to
steps
roll
back a
like
little bit.
25. He would never made that. Good job.
Don't worry, with how dirty these floors are, your shoes are already disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't
floor is
remind
kind of
me,
like-
please. I spent a lot of money on these boots and I just
Wow, that was probably a bad idea.
A lot of guts.
it's a terrible idea, but I look good and that's what's important.
You may want to miss this one section right in front of Johnny because it's full of like zombie guts and stuff.
Ugh. Gross.
Johnny, it's
and
your
it smells
turn.
down here. I'm not happy. Let's get out of
Ugh.
here. Who else do we have to kill?
So now I wanted to see which way did my marks guy go, because I see multiple doors here, right?
Yeah, there's 2 doors.
I want to see if I can go ahead and try to track to see which way he went. Did he go straight, right, or left?
So the bandits went straight.
Okay, so just a straight shot?
Mhm.
Just go ahead and say, yeah, that mark's pointing straight. So let's keep going.
I'm following that mark. And I just book it.
And
While
oblivious-
also like carefully stepping over the zombie guts and like around it.
So, oblivious, Johnny will just walk forward. So, oh, and
Yeah,
he sees another one.
fine.
Hey, there's another one.
You knocked a door down, but when you knock the door down, you still need to like do like an athletics check to make sure you can. You have to do an athletics check to make sure you land properly.
Oh, okay. Didn't I already pass that athletics check though?
Well, the first athletics check like allowed you to charge through the door, breaking through the door, but then the door like crumbled.
Okay.
And there's
So is it a save or a check?
Just a check.
Yep. Strength, athletics, or just straight strength? Oh, sorry, it
Uh,
is athletics, right?
Athletics, yeah.
Okay, skills, athletics, roll.
Oh, let's go.
land him.
Let's go.
There's a backflip and
That is a 30.
That was so baller.
I casually walk through the door and all the wood just splinters as I just casually take steps.
Look, that was
And-
like perfect landing.
Literally.
Just the Terminator
crap.
just walking through the door.
Oh,
And
Doesn't
then
even
I'll
look back at it, just splinters around you.
he's
Yep.
like touching his armor, like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what paladins do.
Sending like
And-
wood pieces shattering everywhere.
And as he just walks, he sees the other zombie and he doesn't flinch. He just says, "Oh, another one. Hey there, buddy. Don't worry, I'll go ahead and make sure you can go ahead and meet your friend soon." As he strikes him with his pick. And attack. Roll.
It's a hit.
21
Very
damage. Normal. 6 damage. Then
So
I
he
got
takes the hit from the pike,
one
hitting
more.
him in the chest area.
19
Hit.
damage. 7.
Another 4. So the zombies like hit him with the pike a few times, like, "Ugh," hit him, and then like a bit of his guts go out.
Really
And
back
then
to
he's
the war
standing
fight.
there and it's, dang, it's thinking. Yeah. Disgusting.
It's like hitting it's like hitting with a pickaxe, the war pike. So just swing and just dig right into him.
Oh yeah, like you really dug into him. And yeah, he's still standing. He's still standing and he's just like, he reeks right now. And you're like, ugh.
Don't worry, friend. I'll go ahead and end the suffering soon. Soon you won't be feeling anything.
You won't have to worry about diseases because you're like immune to diseases and stuff. So it's a good thing you're paladin.
He's immune to poison diseases.
Yep.
Also, robot. So
So it's,
and yeah, that's my turn.
all right. So now it's the zombie's turn. So this zombie right here will make its way here and attack, slam into Johnny. Johnny's like a tank. Like he's so powerful. And he missed
I'm
him.
doing my job.
Yep, you're doing your job.
I'm the shield.
Yep. And now the next zombie. The next zombie is just gonna position himself like right here and end his turn. And the zombie that's in front of him right now is like, "Roar! Ah!" reeling in pain after you hit him so hard, and decides to slam into you with a 20.
And that misses. Just strikes against his shield. They're battling at him, but he's still holding strong.
Raise his turn.
Hey, that was a good one.
Cool. All right. So I am going to move about. Wait, where was I? What was it? I was gonna throw. Okay, sick. Yeah. So I'm gonna move about 15 or so feet, like right in past that door. And then I see this guy right over here on the side of Johnny that just walked up. I'm gonna cast a flaming sphere on that guy. The second level. Yeah. And he has to make a dex save,
All right.
17 or higher.
And he misses his dexterity
Ooh, and he
save.
misses. So that is 2. And that'll be 7 points of fire damage to that guy.
Take 7 points of damage. Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
And now it's the zombie's turn. The zombies are like, hey, how dare you hurt my friends? So he's gonna
I just
go
like flick
here.
him off. Not even bothered with them.
Yeah, you're hiding behind. You say that while hiding behind Johnny as they're all trying to get past.
So he strikes at as Johnny again. Roar.
And still.
Misses. Next zombie. Next zombie is just gonna be like, hey, moves backwards, goes, and then just ends his turn. Your turn, Uranus. So you're currently near the stairs. There's you don't have to do any type of athletics check. Johnny took care of that. Everything's like cleared up in that barred door. But right in front of you, about 10 feet away, is Reza, and then about another like 10 feet after that is Johnny, and he has 3 zombies around him. Where would you like to move? So you're able to move like anywhere, like here or here, in these areas here. There's a zombie in this area here. So you're able to, if you want to be right beside him, the zombie is right here. You can move here. If you want to move like further away to do a range attack or something, you can move anywhere else.
Stay where you are and do a range attack from there. Safer.
Yeah, that's the plan. So could I? Sorry, lagging. I'm just trying to bring up my spells. Can I do a fireball so I could catch most of the zombies past Johnny without catching Johnny?
You would have to move. You would have to move up one place, like move like north once.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then you can get the zombies. Like fireball usually does like 150 damage. So if you move like right here, afterwards, like the field here of range. Oh no, that's not the right one. Just a second here. This one over here would go like this, right? So you can catch all the zombies in this range. So the zombies would be, this is a clear line of sight. There's like 60 feet in front of you. You would get 3 zombies.
Wait, so, sorry, no. So fireball, it's the circular area one, not a straight line.
Not the straight one. Oh, okay.
I'll just lick him.
Just a second. I thought it was fireball. Burning hands?
I can do that as well, actually. That's probably a better idea. Can I move up and do burning hands?
Burning hands.
I think that's a cone though, so I need to be next to Johnny not to burn him.
Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. So a 15-foot cone. What's the distance from that? Okay, just a second here. So this one, when you do burning hands, does it launch it further away? Like, can you put...
No, I think it has to be directly from my hands, sort of deal, so it
15
starts in front of me.
Alright, so that means you would need to... Yes, it's kind of late. Yeah, I understand. Yep, no problem. So this is going to be the last round. So if you take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you move here... Go to 1, 2, and then take another... you can actually get both zombies in front of you.
Sorry, my thing just freaked out and zoomed right in, so I can't see. Would I be catching Johnny if I did that at all?
Jeez.
No, you won't catch Donnie, because Donnie is not in that, like, that part of the hallway.
I had to refresh the page and it's gone now.
So you'll be able to cast that by then you're gonna
Thanks.
target 2 zombies in that area. Ooh, it's a cone, right? So if it's like a
Yeah.
cone, you can get the zombie, not the zombies there. You'll get Johnny if you get the one zombie that's like 10 feet away from you. But if you put the cone like just behind the other zombie, you can get 2 of the zombies. So you can get these 2 zombies right here. I'll just highlight them for the other players. These 2 zombies, and you can put like a cone right there, but not that one. So it would hit that would hit the Johnny.
In that case, I'll just. Can I walk up and just stab them with my dagger, effectively? Cast Green Flame Blade.
Flame blade, sure.
Can't bring the spells on.
Flame blade. Are you able to do your spells?
Should be.
Okay.
No, I can't. For some reason, it's not bringing my spells up.
My pen. Okay, flame blades. I don't see flame blades.
It's Green Flame Blade. It's under my cantrips.
Oh, the cantrips, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, the green flame blade. Yep. All right. So you're casting that.
Yes.
Okay, so you cast the spell. And what is there like a damage thing? Like, do you have to do an attack on it?
Yes, I roll a melee spell attack. It should take my dagger's damage plus a d8 fire, and the next zombie next, it should take a d8 plus 5. If I remember the spell correctly. Sorry, I'm just lagging quite a lot, so I can't really bring it up.
Yeah, because when I clicked on it, it gave me damage and it gave me versatile, but it didn't give me the option to attack it.
Okay, sorry, so I'll just roll a d20 and add the spell casting thing, so that should be 9.
Mhm.
If I hit, then the spell works.
Sure. You want me to do that for you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm clicking. It's just nothing's going through at the moment, I'm afraid.
Plus 5. That's a... Did he hit? And you hit with an 8. And then, okay,
Wow.
so that's the
Let's go.
damage.
Yes, it'll be the dagger's damage plus 1d8 fire on the first one, and the next one should take a d8 fire plus 5. So it'll be 1d4 plus 1d8, and then 1d8 plus 5 on a different one.
Okay. Oops. That one here, and... this. And that's a hit. That one takes 4 damage. There we go. So both zombies take damage from your green flame blade, and the first one, it just hits him a little bit, and he's like, it doesn't really affect him very much. But the other zombie, he's in pain right now. And yeah. So right now you have like 5 zombies left, and it's kind of getting late. So Croy, actually, do you want to end your turn first?
Yeah, so I was just going to use a bonus action to use my Blade Song ability, and then I was going to end my turn.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got it. Okay, so you want to do which feature, sorry?
Sorry, it just means my Blade Song, so I get plus 5 to my AC, and I'll get a bonus to concentration saves later.
Blades.
Doesn't do any damage, it just makes me a bit more sturdy.
Okay. Oh, blade song. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that made that. There you go. Let's cast. Makes you stronger. Okay, so you get a bonus to your AC equal to your intelligence modifier minimum of 1. So you have +5 to your intelligence. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. So you can go up to 40 feet. And you have advantage on dexterity acrobats checks. Awesome. And now, alright, that ends the turn. Awesome. Roy?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to call it for this session.
Do you want to just quickly finish the round rather than stopping halfway through a round?
Do you want to
Yeah,
finish?
we can go.
You got
Yeah,
time?
it's you.
You're right,
It's you,
Strain?
me, John. Yeah. Just go for it, mate.
Okay.
Finish the round.
Good stuff. I'd have been happy to finish with me, but let's finish the round then. Okay, so the zombie next, and we'll go go all the way through the turn order, and then we'll call it there, guys, because we're playing a wee bit further on. But we can, as long as everybody's okay with that, with a bit of extra time. Nobody's having to rush away.
I'm good.
I'm alright.
The wife's
I
already
I can play
asleep,
as long
so,
as necessary. It's Friday, so.
Hey. Okay. Right then.
That zombie's dead, so it's Air's
Oh,
reign
it's not.
time.
Okay, so I am gonna walk down the stairs all the time. I am rubbing my two fingers together. I think I can get to that one. And I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at level 3, which gives me an extra slot, so it's 4 attacks using that. And not quite sure how it handles the Scorching Ray, but I'm going to attack the first zombie that's to the right of Johnny, in front of Arnis. And yeah, I'm just going to put my fingers together and just like shout something obscene, and set off this. So it's at 3rd level. I'm not sure what I did there, but it did something. Is that the first? Was that the first roll? That's the first roll.
Yeah, so if you have advantage, yeah, it's a 4.
So that one misses.
Yeah, it definitely misses.
Did you shout your mother is a ghoul? Is that what you call? Is that what you shouted out?
Yeah, I told it to cast at level 3, but it didn't do it. So
Zombie laughed at you.
D20 plus 3 apparently. So I'll do a couple more of those rolls. I'll get the other 2 in. Oh, that's. Hang on a minute. Try that again. 1, 2. Roll. There we go. Wow. Amazing rolls. I don't. Okay, so
Zombie, that's a hit for the
9.
for.
It's
Well, which zombie did you hit? Did you hit this? You hit this one, right?
yeah. That's a 6 plus. That should be 6 plus 2. That should be 6 plus 3. So that should be a 9. Yeah. So the first one's a 9 in front of. In front of Aranis. Yep.
In front of Aranis.
And then.
Okay, so the first is a 9. You mean the roll that was a 4 is a 9?
No, the first one. Sorry, first I rolled 4 to start with, then I rolled 9, and then the next one I'm going to roll 7, and then the next one I roll. There we go, 17. So I guess 2 of them hit.
Yeah, the first 2. So the first one hit, the second one misses. The third one hits.
Yeah.
Hits.
So I don't know. It's not rolling damage.
Yeah. So it's 2d6 on a hit. So you can just do the dice tray
Yeah.
down below.
So that's the first that bit of damage on the first one in front of. That's 6 points of fire damage on the first one, and if it's still up, I'll direct that other one to the same. So that's 8 points damage.
Nice.
So 14 points
Alright,
of fire
so-
damage on the first one.
So the zombie takes two hits and stuff with 6 and 8, and he's still standing, but barely. Roar, and he's growling.
Ah,
He's mad. Roar.
he's not down. Right, that's me. Bonus action. Sorry, there's a light character just walking down the stairs behind me. He's about medium sized, made of 4 globes of light, and he's just trundling down the stairs behind me. And that's it.
Cool. Joram, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot at this zombie at right in front of Aranis.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see if this one actually works on the. Okay, 14 to hit.
All right. So that hits. Roll for damage.
Damage is 9.
The incoming arrow hits him right in the arm, dropping them down to the ground. He's screaming, and now he's gonna use his feature, the Undead Fortitude, and he's gonna roll for Constitution. So that's 9 plus 5. He needs to have 14. Oh, and he
Oh.
makes it! So he comes back to +1.
So I'll shoot him again.
Finish
I don't think you can.
Love it.
Oh yeah, you can shoot him again.
Yeah,
that's
but
right. Okay.
second attack.
Go
Yes.
drop.
All right. You attack him.
11 to hit.
It hits. Roll for damage.
Is 9 points of damage.
So again, the zombie, you hit him again, and he goes down for 9 damage. He triggers his feature called the Undead Fortitude. And now he needs to roll a 14 to save himself.
Oh well.
He manages to survive! 1 HP! Roar, gets back up. And what are you doing now?
That's my turnover.
Oh, so end of turn, Johnny. Your turn.
Which one is the one that's still barely alive?
The one that's highlighted, targeted. It's right above you.
Okay.
Yep, that one. Yep.
So then Johnny will just look over and say, "Hey, I'll help you out, buddy," as he brings it and brings down his pike right on top of his head. And pike attack. No, did not click. There it is. That's a
Is it hit?
25 to hit.
And he rolls
For
a
14 damage.
Minus 4.
Ooh.
He gets knocked down, and now the zombie, will he survive? Will he survive? Because he needs a 19 this time. He needs a 19 to survive. An
Die.
annoying zombie
Yes.
die.
Not even close.
Just right, like a
Get
whack-a-mole, just
down.
right on top of the head,
Yes.
right through the skull.
Dead. Dead.
Like Risa just calls out to Aranis, like, "Watch out for the guts. Keep your mouth
And he-
closed."
Oh,
And he
and which one of
disappears.
these two is looking more hurt?
So from those two, the one that's right below, like right beside you, is actually the most hurt.
Okay, he's gonna swing at that one.
It's a hit.
Hey. And he'll just go and say, also, to make sure you stay dead, I think I'll go ahead and hit a bit harder this time. Let's see if you can go ahead and survive, shall we? As the same thing happens, it begins to whirl and steam, as it almost seems like it's overclocking and heating, as he casts his Divine Smite with this.
Cool.
So, first level Divine Smites. And because he is an undead, 3d6, that is an extra 3d8 damage. So
Ooh.
first this, and then
So he just, with the 12
Three.
damage, he goes down, but that
well, I
will...
want to make sure he's dead, so that's why I'm adding.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, sorry. Ah, damn. I've rolled one too many. How do I unroll or
Well...
unclick?
Oh, like, just right-click.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. As he adds,
Oh, yeah, he's not. I don't think he's... And you're, like, literally
As-
smashing so hard, but, like,
with-
fine.
with the pike, I just hit him directly in the heart as he seems to boil in steam as it rides over him, and he just sort of turns to ash.
Yeah, he's like, I don't think he's gonna survive, but he's gonna try to use Constitution to survive. He's not gonna make it. Oh yeah, and he like, like
Not a nat 1. Oh no.
that was horrible. Like he just,
Did he even try?
the guts are flying all over the place. You're seeing them like fly here and there, and everywhere, and yeah, it's nasty in this area right now. So yeah, he disappears, and
Yeah.
and what do you?
Then Jerome just look at the other ones and says, "Okay, who's next?" As he walks in front of this, he gets right here to try to go ahead and block this guy from attacking his buddy. Anybody, any of them walk past him, he can still get a swing on them too. Okay, and that's my turn.
And now it's this zombie's turn, and he's like, I don't want to attack that guy, he's too strong. So he decides to move right here, right in front of Aranis. And he's like, takes a swing at Aranis, slams right into him. And he's and Aranis definitely gets hit. Takes it, smashes into him. And hits him for 7 points of damage. And the zombies are like, and ends his turn.
All right then.
Wholesome, thank you.
We've got some undead to slay, and we've lost Mud. Mud is gone, so we're a bit out of kilter with our screens, but let's jump back and see what happens. I can fix that on the fly, probably. Yeah, well done. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
So
Yeah, it's fun.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jimin,
Yeah.
Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so
So
much.
much fun.
Sam, thank you for
much.
jumping in. We're going to have to reschedule a second time. We're going to have to find a slot to come back to this. So
More than fine.
excellent.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. No bigs. Yeah, I had
I think
so
it's
much
a lot
fun.
of fun.
I had so much fun
Yeah.
with this.
I
I'm
had
gonna
so
have-
much fun. Yeah, it was a blast.
It was so much. I love Johnny. I am afraid I'm gonna have to head out because I had apparently something came up, but I'll go ahead and can't wait for the next time. And yeah, that was so much fun. I always love playing Johnny.
Excellent.
Johnny's so fucking good. Anyways, see you guys.
Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon, thank you so much.
See ya. Night.
So yeah, basically, guys, under normal circumstances, I'm going to have to switch. We're all over the place now. This is why we didn't use Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go. Look out for the scheduling. Tomorrow night on Infinite Monkey Tales, we're going to be doing Those Dark Places, so please do tune in for that. Jonathan Hicks taking through an Among Us style mystery. So one of the team will be the killer or something, we don't know, but we're going to find out exactly what. So tune in tomorrow. In about 20 odd hours from now, we're going to be playing Those Dark Places. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for playing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you all again very soon. Bye.
Thanks all.
Later.